Ladies and gentlemen, here I welcome you all to BattleXO Regional League South India. Here's your caster for the day. My name is Eagle, and with my other side, it's my co-caster Edge. So, well, Edge, I'll welcome you to the desk. And what's your expectation? What's your thinking on to this particular battle?
Well, first things first, I'm very excited to be here. BGMI. It's been a while since I've been here on the desk as well. Looking forward to see what the teams are bringing in, and yeah, I mean we are starting off with with some influencers coming in as well. So we're not going to be talking about T1 teams, T2 teams, or T3 teams, or we're not even going to be talking about underdogs teams as well. So it's going to be really exciting to see how this let's call it a phase goes on. So well, to answer your question, I'm pretty pumped up.
Well, if I talk about this particular day, well, it's a day one of a regional league. Some regional teams, some best creators would be coming around, and it's a very great stage for them to be witnessed. But if I talk about today's schedule, we'll be witnessing four matches. If I be very precise with Erangel, Miramar, Sanok, and then again pumping back to Erangel, which is a basic map for all the teams, and it will be a very great, immense pleasure for me, as well as I think it would be a great immense pleasure for you as well to casting this particular event.
Oh, for sure, for sure. So, without any more delay, let's take a quick look at how the event is formatted. Take a quick look at the event structure. We have 5,000 teams for the underdog, right? For the underdog stage, 8 of them will be qualifying for the finals. And then, right now, the phase that we are in is the South India influencers, where 64 teams are, let's say, 64 influencer teams, right? And out of these
Yeah.
64, 4 of them will be qualifying for the finals. And then we have 64 teams for the T2 and T3 orgs, out of which 4 more will be qualifying for the grand finals. And then in the end, we have 8 invited teams from the T1 section. And in total, we'll be having 24 teams facing off in the grand finals.
Well, as I can see, the competition is very intense because if we talk about the influencer criteria, almost 64 teams were there and only 4 have been qualified for this grand final stage. And same as applied for T2 and T3 teams as well, because only 4 teams are there for the grand final. So it would be very difficult for them to to come here and play. The pressure would be very much onto their shoulders. But looking at these particular teams, looking at those 8 qualified underdogs, 4 organizations, and 4 influencers with fighting against those 8 invited T1 teams, I think this would be really difficult for them to be come up and perform at this particular stage. But yes, they have the potential, they have the skill, just they need to be calm, composed, and show their skill.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, looking forward to this one as well. But yeah, moving on, let's take a quick look at the creator phase format. Once again, the group stages, which we are going to be witnessing today, 64 teams, 16 teams per group. Out of these 16 teams, 4 of them will be qualifying for the semi-finals. So 4 from 4 different groups means 16 teams in total will be facing off in the semi-finals, which is going to be of 2 days. And then moving on, out of these 16, only 4 will be moving forward to the grand finals. I cannot tell you how excited I am to see which 4 teams will be the one coming out on top.
Well, as you said, the excitement is very real for even for us, even for our audience, and as I said, even for our competitors as well. But talking about the schedule, well, this is the group stage for another 4 days: 25th of September, 26th of September, 27th of September, and 28th of September, respectively, with group stage 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, to be precise, it's actually group A, B, C, and D. But we talk about the semi-finals, well, that will be held on 3rd and 4th of October. So yes, guys, please tighten your seat belts for these 6 days, because this is going to be a very immense, very entertaining battle presented by BattleXO.
Well, let's take a quick look at the team list now coming up from Group A. Well, there you go. Very familiar names here. Nikki Girl Gamer, Heroes Gaming, High Temper Gaming, Anita Gaming, Snowy Gaming, Bahari YT, 100 CC Maddie, Ribsy, Striker Gaming, Him YT, Team Others, Gaming Drive, Mallu Weiner, Sarkar Gaming, Bravo Gaming, and Smita Plays from Group A.
Well, I guess a few amazing creators, a few amazing teams have been totally witnessed out. But talking about the Group B, well, Mizo Gaming, YT, Speed Gaming, Hina YT, Spectre Gaming, Nevin OP, Blind Chonu, Car 98K, a quite a unique name, FS Flick YT, Yuva OP, Vadiyar Gaming, Matrix Gaming, Blind X Pain, Cowboy Gaming, Team Jadu, Nuclear Official, and Kadam OP as well in the Group B has been witnessed around.
Yep. Moving to Group C, we have another group of 16 teams: Strawberry Gaming, Thelmont Gaming, Dolly, Miss Senorita, Sorrow Gaming, Hey Siri, Live Princey, Live Angel Gaming, KMC Combin, Ninjaverse Gaming, Mightily Gaming, Esports Daily, Asaf Gaming, Thor Gaming, Audion YT, Williams, and Mumman Gaming. This is another group of insane, players and YouTubers. So, yeah, looking forward to this group as well.
Well, talking about Group D, well, few amazing creators again: Alexa, Kadzi, Kicha, Boom, Bang, Bigel, Kadzo, Doctor Gaming, Mayur Gaming, and Paras Official, Chetan, RC Gaming, Engineer, The Gamer YT, Rasu Gaming, Chetan the Tiger, JK Gaming, Mad Zombie, and Xnos Gaming as well. Well, I think they are very phenomenal into their skills, into their performance. But moving towards the prize pool, if we talk about the prize pool of this particular event, if we talk about the prize pool and the prize pool distribution, well, what it looks like: first place will get 20,000 INR, and second place will get 15,000 INR, third place 10,000 INR. And if I talk about the most valuable player, which is a very difficult for a singular player, for a lone ranger, but I would love to see that which is that player who would be getting the rights, getting the bragging rights of this battle of MVP.
True. The price was something to look forward to. So for you to get these, these moolah, you have to be on top, and for that you need to score points. Well, we're sticking to the basic point system here. If you get the chicken dinner, you get yourself a massive 15 on the board. Second place, you get yourself 12. Third, 10, 4, 8, 5, 6. 6, you get 4 points. Seventh position, you get 2 points. Anything between 8 to 12, you get 1 point. 13 to 16, you do not get any points in terms of position placement, but you can still get finishing points. So every finish, you'll be handed over 1 point. So let's take a quick look at today's schedule. As Eagle said, we have 4 maps up today. We're starting off with the classic Erangel, moving on to the deserty Miramar, and then the sneaky Snanhawk, and once again ending the day with Erangel.
Well, of course, this is a great schedule to be witnessed out. You start with your comfort scenarios with an Erangel, then a difficult one with a Miramar, and then again Sanok. Well, as I'm talking about the difficulties, it's totally depend on your own perspective, your own upbringing, that how you play, in which map you're more comfortable. But without wasting any time, guys, please tighten your seatbelt. Here we will be moving towards the first match of Erangel, and the fly path is in front of us. A very, I'll say, a biased fly path, to be very precise, because as I can see, the fly path is biased towards those northern parts of the region, and this would create a lot of stubble for the teams. I guess if you want to go towards those military-based region, Novoripnoi, Primorsk, I think this would be really very difficult for them. You have to get those vehicles at those early phases, and then you can move on.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the fly pod, it is going to be really hard. If someone wants to go to the military base, but it's going to be really. I mean, maybe if the circle comes up and if it kind of, be advantageous to them, then it might be, viable for them to go towards the military base. Otherwise, I feel like it's just a waste of time to go towards that area. I mean, once again, vehicles are going to be in play as well. But do you really want to go ahead and take that
Yeah,
risk of, if a circle goes back to us being at the north side, you have to go for these really long rotations. But once again,
yeah,
Erangel, one of the biggest maps as well. So it's gonna be taking longer to complete. It's gonna you have to kind of work for the survival points as well. But I think all these creators, all these teams of the creators, they are going to be facing off. I mean, they're going to be mostly facing off against each other right at the start, working for those finish points. But as we talk about the circle, well, it is towards that eastern side, towards the northern as well a little. But most of the teams are pretty much safe at the moment.
well, as you can say, the zone could shift toward those northern parts of the region, but as I can see, the zone is shifting towards those eastern parts of the region, which is quite, normal for the team, because whenever we talk about the hard shift, it generally happens after those second zone, those third zone. But talking about these particular teams, well, 59 player in the lobby, a perfect compact lobby, and there you go. If I thought, no, it was his teammate only, but Intense Steve, oh, he's been knocked out. The first player of the game to be knocked out, and I guess he's knocked out by his own mistakes, fallen down from some heights. Talking about this particular region, Katka, a very small, compact region to be precise, but you'll not get those compact loot. You'll get a lot of huge amount of loot from here. It's a 3x lobby and it's a 3x game, so you can get a lot of amount of loot from here. They are still outside of the zone, 1262 meters to be precise. They need to travel in the zone. I guess Edge, they need to get the vehicles as early as possible.
Oh, they do. They need to make sure they're in the right positioning. They need to make sure that they have all the loot as well. Once again, that is something you need to keep an eye on. Make sure you have all the utilities ready. Make sure you have all the grenades, smokes,
Yeah.
and make sure you have the ammo as well. We already see a couple of teams here. This team Snowy right now we're looking at. They are just going for the loot and also making sure that they have a couple of vehicles to go for those rotations later on. Once again, if you have a vehicle ready right off the bat, right, you can be that last one rotating. Once again, it's the first circle. So even when the timer runs out, the circle is going to be closing in very slowly. So you have to use that to your advantage. Make sure that you are the one of those teams making it last in the circle, or you can also be one of those teams making it first into the circle, creating yourself a positional advantage, and then taking down teams that are making their way into the circle later on.
Well, as we saw earlier, the teams coming up here are mostly creators. So I guess at those early phases, as those, first zone, second zone, teams would not, acquiring those fights. I guess they would be more prioritized towards the loot, towards getting the zone, towards getting the right areas. And that is more, I guess, comfortable. But talking about UP50, well, Sakar, Evert, XG tryouts, these are the four players standing here, and yes, they are trying to initiate some more fights. They're searching their opponents, but at the same time, you can download BattleXO from Google Play Store or Apple Store as well by scanning the scanner. And I guess Edge, I have done that. If you haven't done that, you can also do so.
Oh, I've done that long ago. But yeah, this is for all those players who are trying to register themselves for the underdog phase. We'll be having 5,000 teams, and yeah, few of those teams will be moving on forward to face off against the other teams, the T2 orgs, the T1s, and four of the creator teams as well. So it's a great opportunity. I would
Yeah.
suggest that you guys do it because I'm doing. I've done it. Maybe yeah, maybe we can face off against each other in the underdog phase because I suck at the game.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah, our game, I guess my gameplay is like more better than an underdog, or I guess you know,
Ah.
not like a good player. But talking about team number six, so well, they are four men standing. Anita Gaming, YT, ATG Boss, Shidu Kuti, ATG Nitish, four players. They have got a decent loot. They have got M416 with those EMP45. Talking about the other player, well, DPS with a Scarlet, and particularly talking about this DPS, well, you know, the meta of DPS in upcoming days, in the past days, I think that is very tragic. If you have an DBS and if your opponent doesn't have, the most chances to win that fight is into your favor. But talking about Team MB towards Milta, it's totally yours, Team MB. You can totally loot it. You can get the vehicles. You can stay here because this particular area is inside the zone. So you can play a slow, steady game. You can build confidence. And as this is the first match, even as this is the day one and the first match also, so we have a pressure. If this goes best, I think the team will get a lot of confidence. The team will get a lot of morale boost.
Mm-hmm. True that. I mean, Team YT right now. We don't see anyone going for those, fights just yet. I do not hear a single gunshot being fired anywhere on the map. So this is just gonna be very, slow kind of pace. TWOP, right? I mean, I feel like I've seen this team somewhere, but yeah, right now they're in Team Him YT. Can't really put my finger on where exactly, but if I'm not wrong, they are pretty
Yeah.
good. So I guess they might be one of the favorites of winning, getting the chicken dinner today, at least the first one.
Well, I think the time will tell what will happen. And talking about TWOB, well, Danav Legend, him, Autumn Up, 4 players. Talking about team number 15 at those another region. Well, if I talk about this particular region, Primorsk, a very silent region. Well, from my side, what I think, it's a region of Wrangle where, it is very aparted, very aside. Players go for a safer gameplay, players go for a slow gameplay, for a slow start, and that's what I guess Team PB are searching for. They have got, 4 players into their side. Shotgun is something that each and every team is having. At least one player is having a shotgun into their hand. So yes, if you have a shotgun, the close range becomes really, really very strong. It's all about the connection. If the connection is good, if your aiming is good, if you have the temperament at the fight, I think you can cope up. But talking about Claw Devil, UMP 45 with that M416, a great combination of close range and mid range. We can play off. But there you go, the first zone formation and the rotation at the same time. Well, I could see some cluster and crowd over those northern parts of the region, over those upper hand region of Water City, and those Yasna bridges could create a lot of stubble and chaos.
Oh, for sure. They are, they're clustered at the moment. Team INT though, they're, I mean, there's one team already in the blue zone, but they won't be taking a lot of damage as of now, as Primorsk is out of the circle. It is still, one of those prime spots for the loot, and I'm pretty sure they have everything that they need. Team Others right now securing all those vehicles, making sure that they have a small garage of their own. I'm not really sure why they're doing that, but they have 4 vehicles for 4 different players. This is going to be interesting to see what they are coming up with. Is he just refueling? Yeah, he's refueling all those
Yeah.
vehicles. So he wants to make sure that they all, one, travel in style. Two, I feel like they all want to go for those rotations in such a way that they can have 4 different positions for 4 different players, so they can surround these other players and try to have a positional advantage over them, or maybe just make sure that you guys are ready to escape if a fight ever comes out. And talking
Oh.
about fight, we can see that Team 16 and 17, that is Malu Winder and Sarkar Gaming, going against each other. Tryouts was the first one to shoot some shots, but now he's going to be the one taking a lot of hits.
Well, as I can see, this is looking like a terrific trial fight because the fight is between team number 16 and team number 17. But as I can see, one more team, team TWOB, well, they are trying to interfere in this fight. And if this fight engage something like that, this would be really challenging. And as I was talking, Adam Nerve, the first player to get that pick, UP50 Evote has been taken down. Now they're moving, trying to get those chains. Shotgun design, and what an immensible play from Sarkar. S12K, this is a great weapon. Those tricolors into his S12K are totally ruling off, but that was a typical unique shot.
Oh, he's drifting right now. Has to be careful though. Since it's a buggy, it's kind of easier to hit than an enclosed vehicle. Everett is still bleeding. Well, he finally gets his teammates to be there for the revival, and he's back on his feet. He's still not gone out, but he still has to go for the heal as well. This fight is going to be scary, as him YT, their team, is also looking to join the fight, making it a 3-way. And now 17, Sarkar Gaming. Do they want to go for the fight once again? They are going to revert back, and they are going to be dealing a lot of damage. Everett gets knocked out yet again. He's out of the picture as he gets run over. There are multiple players going off now. Everett Legend is finished off, as well as Joker joins the fight. TWOB, they lose a player. And Tycho now, well, from a 3-way, I feel like this has gone to a fatal 4-way. As I
Yeah.
can see multiple players getting eliminated. That's 5 players in under a minute.
Well, as I said earlier, that bridge of Rozok, that bridge of Yasnaya could create a lot of stubble, lot of chaos because these are the 2 ways where you can enter the central part of a angle. And if you block these 2 way, or a lot of team come along these 2 ways, you know, there will be a lot of bridge blocks, small bridge chaos. That's what happening. But Atom Nub, a lot of smoke, and there you go. Oh boy, he has a great vision from there. He has a great eyesight, and I guess that 4x with Karel will create a lot of disturbance for him. But he's trying his level best. Him, just few more bullets left, and I guess a few more connection. There you go. The work which Cowboy was unable to do, his teammate Wilson RTR, he has finally got that knock. Will they push? I think that's the question arising, because if they want to push, they have to cross that bridge and then again move on. They may make a strategy that two players will push and two players will get back, and that's what I can see in a mini map. Atom Cup, very clever. He jumped into the water. He is trying to get those position points. He is totally out and trying to disengage the fight. Let's see for how much more time he can be underwater. I don't think so. Team Taiku will give them a lot of time.
Oh yeah, he's not gonna be safe for a while. I mean, safe for now, but you are underwater, and there you go. He's taking damage. He's gonna be going out for sure. He's barely surviving, and he gets taken down. There you go.
Hard luck.
Knocked out at the moment. I don't think support's coming anytime soon. There you go, Adam Nub. Getting taken out, finished. Once again, and a great nade to eliminate the entire squad. Wow. That's gonna be the first team getting out in position number 15, which means they get no points for that position. But I don't think they had any finishes as well. But right now, Sarkar is in a great danger. Both of his rear tires were blown off, so he has to go back to safety. He's eliminated, and since he was a sole survivor, their team gets eliminated in 14th position as well.
Well, if I talk about the current time, I think this is not good for any team, because as I can see, just a few minutes back, as I saw, stubble, a chaos over this particular region where we could see a lot of elimination. But now, I think teams have done those elimination. Almost 9 players have been eliminated from the lobby, and 3 teams. I think it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. The rotations are very dangerous at those first phase, and I was very surprised to see Edge that players are engaging the fights in the first zone. The intentions, I guess that is very much clear.
Yeah, I mean, they are clear with their intentions, as you said. But the circle now coming in, the second one, it is moving towards the eastern side once again. I love the bit of water there. It's always fun to see a bit of water being involved. But yeah, Yasnaya is going to be one of those major, point of actions at this point, is what I feel like. Since 2 teams have already been eliminated, this is going to be interesting to see who is going to be the one playing for the position points. There's one more team who will be eliminated without position points, since 13 is the last number. I did see a finish on the board there as well, and right now look at this. Nikki Gold Gamer just staring down at the teams of Heroes, the players of Heroes Gaming, but not taking the fight. They understand, even if they get a knock here, there's no point, because they will be immediately revived, and also they will be giving away their position, so they want to hold on to this mansion area, making sure that they get this high ground advantage for as long as they can.
Well, indeed, but as you said, you love the water regions. You love, a bit of water in the game, but I don't think this will be lovable at all for the players or lovable at all for the teams, because whenever there's introduction of water in the game, whenever there's introduction of water in the map, I guess teams are struggling for the area inside the zone. Teams will be struggling for those land regions. And whenever the land regions are less, the breathing space will be less. They will come more closer. The game will be more chaotic. And, I think they will struggle a lot for those finishers points, especially for those place point. But looking at the regions, very soon we'll be witnessing the second zone formation, and Team Tiger, well, this is a perfect start. This is a perfect game from their side. They have got those 6 finishers point. And there you go. Talking about the zone formation, Yasna Polyana. Well, I guess that could be a region at those end zone area or those wheat fields, if what we talk about are those green regions where teams could be seen. Almost multiple teams are around each other. A lot of chaos and clusters coming down the lane. But at the same time, yes, I was talking about this only. BattleXO, guys. If you haven't downloaded it, please do scan this scanner and you can download. You can play amongst one of the best T3, T2, T1 teams. Almost more than 5,000 teams are here, as Ed said.
Mm-hmm. True. Once again, you have to be one of the top teams. So if you guys think you're good enough, if you guys once again, even if it's your first time playing, on a stage like BattleXO right now, it's going to be an experience for you. You understand what
Yeah.
mistakes you're making. You learn from your mistakes, come back stronger the next time. Once again, huge shout out to BattleXO because they always have these tournaments where they will be enabling new players and not just the top tier professionals. So yeah, huge shout out to them. Looking forward to, I don't know, play a couple of events. Because once again, I might be bad, but trust me, I will practice hard, and someday we'll be playing, and maybe someone will be rooting for me as well. You never know.
Well, you may be bad, but I'm the worst. At the same time, coming back to some more fights, Team Claw, I guess they are trying to initiate some more fights at those shelter regions. Team Edgy, Masters, Bosher, CTS, David. Well, the name are very, sharp names, but how will they perform out? Will the name justify their game? This is the question arising out. But trying to peek, trying to get those position, some shots are taken from the opponents. The connection is bit coming. They're trying to engage themselves, but at the same time they're trying to keep themselves safe also. And then god, well, free coffee, it's not a time to take a coffee, it's a time to enter the battle zone, enter the war zone and get a win.
Still 13 teams in the server. 49 players still alive and kicking. Team Others. They are surrounded by
Yeah.
three other teams, so they have to be careful. They do have the vehicles to run away, but is it actually worth it? See a beautiful. Is that a Urus? I think it is a Urus.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
Urus.
looks really good. The yellow one as well. Popping. But yeah, as I said, they cannot escape that vicinity right now as they are surrounded by multiple players. They make one move, they're going to be bombarded with utilities as all the players are now making their way into the circles. We are on the verge of heading towards that stage 3 circle. And I want to see stage 4, I'm sorry. And I want to see where it goes, and it's going right at the center once again.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be a cluster.
Well, well said. If I talk about the clusters, well, whenever we talk about those, end zone formation, most of the times we see those zone formation at those open areas, and some time back you saw Zeref, refueling all the vehicles, those four vehicles. I think at that time we were laughing and we were discussing that why is he doing so, but those four vehicles, I think that will help them a lot at this particular phase, at this particular time, or in the upcoming time, because at the stage 5, at the stage 6, I think you are gonna have a tough time here, and for those tough time you should have a barrier, you should have a cover, and few teams have those compounds, few teams had those small bushes, ridges, dips. But if you don't have those bushes, vehicle will play a prior role. And if you have four vehicles, each for one player, I think that will support your team, support your players a lot. But talking about this particular team, team number 5 having a height advantage, can give a good control. And there you go. Some shots are being taken down. Skulls on top at the same time. Coffee at the same time. But he has taken some amazing shots. Cowboy again. Well, M416 in his hand. I think that is very fluent. That is, that sounds like, playing like a guitar. The way he fires M416, that is very beautiful to see, because this is the first, no, I'm wrong, this is the second pick for him this particular game. And earlier we have seen some engaging fight with Team Taiko in Rozok, if I'm not wrong.
That's another team getting eliminated. By the way, we're down to 12 now. Any team that gets eliminated from here on forward will get at least a minimum of 1 position point.
Yeah.
So that is something these teams will be looking for. Because once again, if you're not having a good day with the finishes, you can always work on those positions.
Oh.
As Cowboy with the M4 drops down Splasher, and Team 16 Malu Weiner trying to take down the side of Heroes Gaming. The nade is perfect, but now the blue zone will be doing far more damage when compared to the previous ones. Team 4 Heroes Gaming, they are getting absolutely hammered, but in the meanwhile, Team 18, where did they come from?
Well, that was something unexpected, a surprise. Well, surprise for us and surprise for the opponents as well. But yes, you have to be very attentive, very alert, because this is the end zone and what it looks like. A central shift totally onto those green bushes, totally onto those green areas and those grasses, those little dips of her angle will not help a lot. But talking about those northern region edge, if you look towards those in the purple team, yellow, red and grey, I think towards those Yasna Polyan region, talking about Team Skal as well, as we can see on screen, I think they must be in a lot of trouble because the way they are moving, I think this is really very challenging for them. They should have a vehicle, some grenades are being used, and that was really very precise. That was really on point. If that grenade could enter that gate, I think that would be impeccable.
I feel like at this point, Snowy Gaming YT has to be my pick to get that chicken dinner because of the fact that everyone's healthy, they have 4 players still surviving, and also their positioning is good along with all the utilities that they have. They're farmed up enough, they're ready for this, they're ready for those final fights, and also their positioning is pretty decent. So I feel like they might just be the ones coming out on top, but once again, you never really know. And as we're talking about the grenade, right? That grenade came out at just a tad second late. If it was 1 second early, that would have been a confirmed finish.
Yeah.
But anyway, now the 5th stage circle closing in. This is gonna be a massacre. 37 players still surviving in the server, and there are only very few buildings that you can hide in. Almost going to be none. Another player going down. Anita Gaming, their players are in a lot of trouble. As the players of Rip City, they're being ripped apart one by one. 2 of them have gone down actually, and one of them will be confirmed off as well. Ragnar is struggling to stay alive as iPad. He gets taken out of the server immediately. Claw Phoenix bumps his car into another one, trying to go in, trying to go get these finishes, but he's just running, missing a couple of shots. Those smokes are making it harder for him to see. Right now, Team 9, Team Others trying to go for those finishes, but unfortunately, the other one getting eliminated. Third party, fourth party, but those smokes. Phoenix trying to survive, trying to go for the revival. Is it? No, it's not. Maybe he needs to get this revival, right? He needs to heal himself up as well. They lose 1 player, but in the meanwhile, they lost 3 other teams. We're down to 22 players here, Eagle.
Of course, we lost those 3 teams, but battle with those DBS, the battle of third parties, the battle of fourth parties, that was truly fantastic. That was really amazing. But again, Cobra, Elbow, insane DG, they have targeted them, hunting them out. Cobra, he is hitting out his poison very phenomenally, and some amazing shots with those M416 are played off. But at the other side, it's a third party again. I guess it's team number 13, Team Obey, not obeying the rules. They are intenting out. They are roaring in the game. And Claude, he is still again with those Groza, with those suppressed Groza. I think he is trying to make a mark over here. That Team Cobra is unstoppable. And there you go. Oh my goodness. And Tonin, that was something different. And Cobra Claw, he was not expecting that. Satya Jod trying to give a cover to his teammate, trying to create some more smoke covers, some artificial covers. But Joker, well, that was a cheeky surprise from Joker. Team number 13, now the pressure is being divided between both the teams. We are on the top 3 teams, top 10 alive players, 7 finishers point in the backpack of Team Cobra, and some confidence as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, right now we only have 10 more players surviving. Smita plays one of the teams that is looking really good, and Team Bravo as well, with 11 finishers and 4 players surviving. They do have the man advantage, if you ask me, at the point, if I'm not wrong. The other two teams, they have 3 players surviving each. Bravo not only have the positional advantage, they're the only team in the circle. So all the other teams, they have to make their way in. Satya Jod gets another knock. Will he be able to go for that confirmation is the question. Crawling in, creeping in through those grasses, going for the medkit yet again. He's gonna get spotted. But in the end, UMP comes out. Jod, he gets taken down. There's no way a rival will be coming into play, and now the utilities will be used completely and everywhere. You can just see that it's smoked, or it's gonna be a bombarding. They're just gonna bombard nades at this point to get those, let's say, confirmations at this point, as we do see a couple players going down. 13. Oh, Spari. Vampy just holding on to that nade for too long. For a little too long, but it does get that confirmation.
Well, Vampy, the exchange of grenades was truly invincible, but that one grenade of Vampy got those 2 points. Yes, not 2. The whole Team Cobra will be eliminated, and Team OG, if I'm not wrong, they are trying to rule down, but Team number 18, they are 4 men standing. They will not allow them to get that chicken dinner, and Team N10, the captain, will get that hold and get that winner chicken dinner in the first match of BattleXO Regional League, and that was really very entertaining.
Oh, that was very fun to watch. And Bravo Gaming take away the first winner chicken dinner, getting that 15 points, 15 positional points. I'm pretty sure they have another 15 finishes as well. So yeah, that's gonna be at least a 30 bomber there, or maybe at least 28 if I'm not wrong. The last time I looked at them was 11. So I'm expecting at least 4 more finishes. This has been a phenomenal performance coming in from them right off the bat. I mean, the first 80% of the match, I did not see them on the map at all. Like, I had no clue where they were, what they were doing. I was more focused on the other teams as well. Bravo Gaming, they, came out banging in the end. They played it very sneaky and tried and survived. I'm not really sure when they even got those 11 finishes, but the stats don't lie, and they did get so many finishes. And if they keep performing like this in the next, let's say, next 2 maps at least, they will be in the top 4.
Well, the first day and the first match, the way team played, the way players played, I think they were very confident with the game. They were very confident with their team intent. I thought that they would be playing with a lot of slow, steady game. We would be watching some more fights at those end game, but from the first zone itself, they made their intent very clear. Those first fights at those regions of Rozok, Yasna, Poliana was very challenging for the teams and very entertaining for our audience as well.
Yeah, I mean, those vehicles as well, those 4 parked vehicles they're coming in, that was quite interesting to witness as well, them refueling all of them. And then at the end, those utilities, you can see that these players have that intention of saving up those utilities right till the end. They were looting immediately. As soon as they get a confirmation, they go and try to loot the crate immediately, stack up on whatever utilities they have left and whatever utilities they have expended in that particular fight. But also have the fact how other teams are very patient. When 2 teams were colliding, the other 2 teams, they did not immediately go in and go for the third party or the fourth party. They waited till they waited for these 2 teams to fight it out, and then join the fight to make it an awesome 3-way yet again. And then obviously one team came out on top, and at the end of the day, it was Bravo Gaming. And as you said, Eagle, this was an intense match, and well, we all deserve a break. The players do too. So we are going to be taking a short break. See you on the other side.
incredible play from Sarkar. S12K. This is Okay, so welcome again, guys, here to BattleXO Regional League South India, presented by EXO Esports. And again, your casters for the day, myself Eagle, and onto the other side, it's my co-caster and my friend Edge.
Well, yeah, I mean, co-cast and a friend Edge indeed, and it has been a phenomenal map right of first match of the stage of the phase, and it has been
Yeah,
amazing. Bravo Gaming coming out on top, making sure everyone knows that they're here to win the entire thing. They're here to dominate because they didn't just go ahead and get that chicken dinner. They also got very, let's say, high number of finishes as well. We'll talk about that in a second as we'll be looking at the match standings right now.
yeah,
You'll understand what I mean by them dominating. Look at that chicken dinner, 15 points. Finishes 13, a massive total of 28 points. In the meanwhile, the second last team, I mean, actually, the last team to get eliminated, I'm sorry, were Sparahit YT. 12 placement points. Thanks to that, 6 finishes, a total of 18. And with the same total is going to be Smita Plays, placement points of 10, 8 finishing points, 18 total once again. Mallu Weiner in the other side. Well, they did get eliminated pretty early when compared to the other teams, but they also had 11 finishes. They were one of those teams, the explosive teams. They just came in, they wanted to fight. So they did get 11 finishes, which brought their total up to 12. Anita Gaming, 6 placement, 3 finishes, 9. Nikki Girl Gamer with 8. Team Others, 1 point behind them, 7 points with a placement point of 4 and 3 finishing points. High Temper Gaming, I see a lot of fans of High Temper Gaming in the chat as well, but yeah, placement points of 2, 2 finishing points, and a total of 4.
a total of 4 finishes point. Talking about Heroes Gaming, well, only 1 place point and 2 finishes point. Total of 3. Snowy Gaming, well, 1 and 1, 1 into the place and 1 into the finish. Total 2 points. 100cc Maddie, well, 1 place again, 1 finish again, 2. And same for Rip Z, well, 1 place, 1 finish, and total 2 points into their favor. But talking about the other teams, him, YT Gaming Drives or Car Gaming, well, they didn't look that good in this first particular match. Well, 0-0 plays, 0-0 finishes, and overall 0 points into their backpack. And Striker Gaming YT, as you told, well, this was the first team who got eliminated. So yes, this would be really very difficult for these 4 teams. Not precise to be not for these 4 teams, but for top 9 to 16 teams, as I talk about Heroes Gaming to Striker Gaming YT, to get a comeback in the next 3 matches, because the first match always gives you a good boost, a good confidence to go on into the tournament, into the game. And we will be watching these team again in the upcoming 3 matches. So yes, you have to get a good start, especially for the teams from 9 to 16.
Yep. And yeah, once again, Bravo Gaming coming on top. Someone had to be insane, right? So talking about that insane player, talking about that MVP, I'm pretty sure it has to be someone from Bravo Gaming. Oh no, Malu Weiner. That is what I was about to talk about. Like how they have 11 finishes. They also needed to have someone, that absolutely popped off. And it is going to be Cowboy RTR from the side of Malu Weiner with 4 finishes. He's going to be the MVP of this particular matchup. The first map, at least, the Erangel. And we still have 3 more left here,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. So this is gonna be interesting. Can he keep up the same kind of performance up? Can he keep up his team still in the race? Once again, remember, by the end of the day, you need to be in the top 4. You need to be in the top 4 to qualify to the semifinals. 14 out of the 16 from Group A will be moving on forward to the semifinals later on in on 3rd and 4th of October. So you need to have those. You need to have that consistency. Even if you don't have a lot of finishes, even if you don't have a lot of position points, just make it. Just take it slow.
Well, as you said, you have to go a bit slow, but you have to make a mixture of those place point as well as those finishes point into the side, because only place point I don't think this will work. I don't think this will give you a lot of boost in the points table, but the mixture of place point, the mixture of position point can give you a lot of boost. But particularly talking about the next match, as we discussed earlier, well, the next match will be of Miramar, the deserty one, the storms, those ridges, those height advantages, those height disadvantages will play a vital role.
Oh, for sure. The uneven ground is going to be coming into play, but also Miramar is the one map where I feel like the snipers are going to be completely active. They're going to be coming online. So I'm expecting to
Yeah,
see some sniper rifle action on this particular map up. I mean, in this particular map, we did see on a wrangle, we did see Scarrels coming into play, M4, shotguns as well being utilized a lot with a lot of utilities coming up. Miramar, once again, you don't have a lot of buildings,
yeah,
but you do have those uneven ridges. You do have the uneven playground uneven level. Let's not call it a playground because once again, it's a different story. But anyway, going back, you do have these, uneven surfaces where you can be lurking. You never really know who's gonna be, on the other side of the ridge, on the other side of the hill.
yeah.
They will be a surprise element coming in this particular map for sure.
Well, the Miramar is full of those surprises, full of those struggle, but for few teams, it may change the game because, as we know, few teams love Erangel, few teams love Miramar, few teams love Sanox. So yeah, teams must be waiting for their favorites, for their favorite maps. So yes, we would love to see how will the team perform, which team will get a comeback, or which team will, retain their position, retain their domination. Those explosive performance for the top eight teams, which we saw in the last match, was truly fantastic. But in this match, will they able to get the same entertainment, get the same explosiveness in this game as well? Or they're talking about the teams at those lower phases. Sarkar Gaming, I think in the last match they got eliminated very fast, and in this
Mhm.
match they have to get a good hold and get a good start, because if you won't get a start in the second match, then the last two matches of Sanok and Erangel would be really very pressurable for them.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. I mean, the pressure will be coming, will be already built up, since they already have 0 points right in the first game.
Yeah,
Now they only have three more maps left. They have to make sure that they at least put up some numbers on the board. Once again, I'm not asking them to go ham, but you need to get at least, let's say, 10 to 15 points in this one, and moving on the next one, another 15, get another 15. That totals up to a score of 45, and just I don't know, hope and pray, sit and just make sure that the other teams maybe tumble
yeah,
down, and that is the only way they can have a really, really high chance of qualifying to the semifinals. Because right now there are a couple of teams who are absolutely phenomenal. Let's say three teams actually, even Malu Weiner if you count them in, because their finishes were also immense. They were on 11 finishes with only one position point. So if they just work on that position points, I think it's going to be a really tough fight for the top four positions. But right now, I feel like you just have to have that balance, like how the Bravo Gaming did. They did get that chicken dinner, but at the same time, they did have ample amount of finishes. So getting that balance between these two is going to be key to staying at the top and also making it to the top four.
yeah. Well, it's not possible in every match to get, as you said, the balance of 15 place point or 13 finishes point. But yes, you can get an average of 10 points with, with those two place point or eight finishes point or eight place point, two finishes point. You can mix up. And if you talk about the, four matches, if you get those 10, 12 point in every match, I think you could qualify for those top four easily, because 45 points, as you said, is really very good for the qualification. And if you get a chicken dinner by chance in any one of the match, I think that will be boosting up your place in the overall standing. But yes, these 16 teams will be fighting against each other in the upcoming matches in those different maps of Miramar, Sanok, and Wrangle. So yes, guys, tighten your seatbelts, because very soon we'll be moving towards our match.
Yeah, we are going to be jumping into the map anytime soon. We're just waiting for the players to get ready, get their parachutes all logged in, waiting for the flight path as well. But once again, Miramar, once again talking about the map, it is the biggest map out there. There's not a lot of buildings, as I said, so that cover fire is gonna be going out. Right, there's not a lot
Yeah,
of cover to work with except those uneven ridges, as I said. So
indeed.
those players who have been really aggressive in the first matchup, right? Like Malu, Weiner, and the what was the first team again? Bravo
I'll
Gaming.
say
Both
the
of these were really aggressive, and also Smita Place. All these three teams have been really aggressive. So I feel like they might have that momentum moving on forward, because they were the few teams who really love to fight, right? The other team, they're kind of playing it passive, they're kind of playing it slow. So these three teams, I feel like they might have a slight advantage. So I feel like the other teams as well, if they,
Yeah.
adapt to this aggressive kind of play style, Miramar should be a piece of cake for them, because there's not a lot of place to hide. So you have to go on for these head-to-head fights, and if you win your duels,
Yeah.
that's it. That's pretty easy. The game becomes pretty easy.
Well, as you said that, you have to get those fight for especially for the teams such as like Smitha plays and Mallu. It's not about Mallu Viner because as we saw, Team Mallu got almost 11 finishes point and just a single place point, which means the whole team was very aggressive. Viner got 4 finishes point, which means these 7 finishes must be acquired his teammates. So yes, those 7 finishes point is also very remarkable, and the way they played in the Erangel, if they continued in Miramar for one more match, I totally agree that the qualification would be very close for the team Mallu. And as you said, the explosiveness, that is really very much required. But at the same time, this would not be easy in this map because covers
True.
would not be that easy. And especially what we talk about Miramar's, the terrains, the rotations, the vehicles, that will play a vital role. The early rotation will always help, especially in the starting zones, and the late rotation, the vehicles, the lower health of vehicle. I think that would be really challenging. But coming down to the second match of the Miramar, talking about the fly path, well, this is what it looked like. Starting from those northwestern parts of the region, ending towards the southeastern parts of the region, a typical diagonal fly path, little biased towards the southwestern, towards the Srinagar, the Nazir Valley, Halmar region. But if you look towards the region like Lakopia, Coastal Valley, Elazığ, I think you could go there. But again, if you like top clashes, if you love top clashes, helping out a lot more is helping with always there.
All right, now looking at the flight path, yes, it is going towards the southern side as the circle, though, completely fooling us all, completely fooling all the players as well. It is towards the northern side, completely up north. Well, there's one team who did make their way
Yeah,
towards ruin, so they are going to be the one closest, and San Martin is also going to be the place where whoever dropped in, right? They're going to have an easy time there. But once again, let's take a quick look at the teams that are in the server right now. These are the South Indian influencer teams, right? This is Group
yeah,
A. We have Nikki Girl Gamer. I'm talking about. I'll give you a slight, you know, briefing on the team numbers as well. So we'll start from Team 3.
yeah.
Nikki Girl Gamer, Heroes Gaming, High Temper Gaming, Anita Gaming, Striker Gaming YT, Him YT, Team Others Gaming Drive, Smita Plays, Snowy Gaming, Sparahi YT, 100cc Maddie, Ribsy, Malu Weiner, Sarkar Gaming, and Bravo Gaming on number 18. So these are the teams, and we have all 16 teams in the server right now. And talking about the players, one of them gets taken down. And ooh, I passed. That's a fair
Ooh.
trade. It's going to be a trade coming up. Left, right, and center as Blasaller. He gets taken out. iPads is out of the server as well.
Well, UP50 and Team Obey again, they are in the first bloods of the fight because in the last match, well, again, they were the two teams who were trying to initiate the fights, who initiated the fight actually. And in this match also, they are the teams who initiated the fights. They have given the first blood, and I would love to see those fights as well. But Team TWN, there you go, UP50. Yaha, well, he is barely surviving this few HP, 10 HP, and first aid is very much required for him. But UV50, they have got those one finish point. I'll say a good start, a decent start, a positive start from their side, and the Picardo is all theirs because there's nobody to challenge them, and they can easily get a good amount of loot, advanced loot. And yes, they are They will try to rule over the Pecado by talking about Team Tycho, Jin, Crania, Cowboy, and Milsamar. They are in focus because the way they played in the last match, that was truly phenomenal. Especially Cowboy, he was hunting like something. And in this match, the map has changed. Of course, I guess there must be some different strategies of rotations. There must be a different plan for every team. But RTR Logan, he was not prepared for that grenade, and he has been eliminated. The last two player of Team Obe standing down. It's TI2 Rap and Obe Cosmos, the two lone rangers of Team Obe, and the whole responsibilities is onto their shoulders. Let's see how will they play off.
Two of them have been eliminated pretty early as well. I mean, last map up, if I'm not wrong, right? iPatch was one of those aggressive players as well, so it kind of makes sense. This time also he wanted to go aggressive, but unfortunately it didn't work out in his favor this time around. 100cc Maddie now they are going to be feeling a little sad because they already lost a couple of players, but in the meanwhile we did lose a couple of teams as well. But you guys don't lose the opportunity. Take out your phone, scan the QR right now for a chance, and get yourself registered actually, and then have a chance to play amongst one
Yep.
of the best teams, one of the best players in the region at the moment. So all you have to do is put your phone out, get that camera app open, scan the QR, get the BattleXO app. It's on Google Play Store and on App Store as well if you're one of those fancy iOS users. But then, yes, get yourself registered for the Underdog stage. 5,000 teams will be facing off against each other. And then, well, if you're good enough, you will be making it to the grand finals, and that is gonna be a banger. And also, if you just, I feel like some of these players, they are like, guys, we are bad. I'm sorry, I don't want to get wrecked. It's okay. Get yourself registered, and then play the game. You will have an understanding. I mean, once again, this is only for people who are actually serious about playing the game, right?
Yep.
If you're
Yeah,
playing
you can
in,
try.
and then you understand where you are, as a team or as a player, where do you stand in the region, and then you can practice, learn from your mistakes, and then the next time maybe you're gonna be the one beating everyone. You're gonna be the one coming out on top. Maybe you might be the one
Yep.
eating that chicken dinner.
Well, always you learn from your mistakes and you play, you learn, and you then again get a good comeback, and then again bounce back. But let's see which team will bounce back in this particular match. Will be it from the lower chart, or they will be again retaining the table toppers will again retain their position in this game also. But talking about some rat cat chase scenarios could be built on. Will Vampy again trying to get some shots, distance being the factor. The connection was not that good, but as I told earlier, the vehicles. Oh, Vampy! Last but not least, he tried till his last breath, and finally he got those two knocks. That was really very fantastic from his perspective. But Team MB, they were not expecting this, if I'm not wrong, Edge, because the way they were moving, they thought the bullets will not make a good connection now. And finally, they made some connection, and Vampy, finally he got those two amazing knocks. But the players are also here, Rakesh and Gaming Drive YT, for those revival. And behind the screen, behind those ridges, Vampy is coming with those golden Mirado to get some golden finishes. And now he's very close, almost those 100 200 meters. And again, those vehicle will tackle Bharat. He was not prepared, he's been knocked again. And last three player of MB is still in trouble. And team number 13, they have made a trap from all the three multi directions. They are tackling, and the way team number 13, aggressively they are playing, that is making pressure on team number 10.
That was a really good spray control coming in uh, from those multiple players. But now the bullets and the nades are going to be in position as well. That's
Ooh.
Team 10 Gaming Driver trying to retaliate here towards Bahari Gaming. One of the players is very low, and in 10, God's sake, G6 is out of the picture. And Gaming Drive, well, they want to make sure that they get that revenge. They did lose a player here, And now
Oh,
Satya,
beautiful.
he's gonna get taken down as well with the UMP and given to MYD. He gets taken down by the Molotov as well. That's two more finishes adding to the side of Sparahi YT, and now they have to be careful. I think there's one more player surviving on the side of Gaming Drive. He's the only one. The last point is hooked there, Rakesh. UMP connecting a couple of bullets, but he's out in the open and there's nothing he
Oh,
can do. Another team to get eliminated with 0 position points, unfortunately, as they do get eliminated in the 14th position. 13 more teams surviving, 49 players alive in the server, and Team Sparai YT, although lost a player, still surviving strong with 4 team finishes.
well, the game is again moving with that same intent. The players are again initiating the fights at those early phases, and again the same numbers, 13 teams, 49 players, which was almost same in the last match of Erangel as well. So the intent is very clear. Irrespective of any maps, player will show their intent, player will show their aggression. And if we talk about the zone, well, the zone is a little shifted towards those north parts. And players are especially towards those southern parts of the region. And in Miramar, the rotation is always a tougher task. Survival is always and team in 10. Well, some tap tap shots. A typical Miramar fight is being generated here. A typical, those fights with Mini 14, those fights with M416 tap tap shots, Car 98 shots are built on, and D2 are wrap. I think they should be at some good position because I don't think survival will take for a longer time.
They're taking it slow once again. I mean, we did see a pretty explosive, first couple of circles. First circle, actually, I'm sorry. Now we're moving on to the stage 2 circle as Bravo Gaming, once again, look at them. They are, just waiting. They're the sneaky players, right? That's what they did last time as well, right now. And they're trying to take down the players on the side of CC Maddie, who they're just 2 more. And the D12 rapper, he's gonna get taken down just like the squad D12. He's out of the picture. And now once again, just like the squad, there's only
Yeah,
one rapper who's doing really good. There's only one player surviving, and it's Cosmos, who's trying to. I feel like he's gonna play for the position points at this point, right? Because it's gonna be a
well, of
two.
course.
It's gonna be a 1 versus 47 others. There's no point of you going in, but look at this. Bravo Gaming, they're taking down anyone they see on the map. Cobra, LOL. UMP in his hand, but there's nothing he can do. He's trying to hide behind the 4x4. He's gonna get taken
Oh,
down. The AK is already strong. That's their Jod. Now he's in a picture as well. Trying to run away. Has to be careful. If the vehicle explodes, he might just get taken down there as well. Cobra, they want to fight. Bravo Gaming, they want to go for this one as well. Mini. Is that SKS? Sorry.
yeah, mini scares a lot of time. But looking at Adize Sandy and looking at Cobra, well, this could be the best fight of this particular match because both are team very aggressive. Both the teams are, they love to take fights. But Satya Jord, somehow he came to revive, but again, he fall back. But guys, you don't need to fall back. Just scan these QR code, download the app, whether from Play Store or from App Store, and enjoy the events being held on BattleXO. Enjoy the entertainment, have a good sense of gameplay, learn from your mistakes, as Ed said. But again, coming back in the game, some tap tap shots on those monster struck from Mini 14 are taken, and now team number 11. They are really very scared because those smokes will not work for a longer period of time, and now you need to fall back. If team number 18 makes an angle or makes a flank, I think these two players, especially Satya, Jordan, Cobra, they will be in trouble. And at the same time, the new zone formation will be coming at any point. And if you're not in the zone, the pressure will be doubled. And finally, they are moving inside the zone. But these smoke covers are artificial covers. Somehow they will manage, and luckily they'll get the vehicle. But the zone formation edge, this is totally a hard shift and very challenging for the team.
Very. I mean, I feel like there's only one 2 team now. Mampy making his way as well Three teams are already going to be in the circle. But everyone else, come on, they're so far away. Look at Nitish and this squad. There's no way he can make that, Steve. Are you really going to try that? That's gonna be really scary. Once again, that ledge is gonna be very visible to all the other players as well. Now Bambi, who was trying to make his way into the circle, is gonna get taken down by tryouts as well. He's still surviving though. In the meanwhile, Team 5, that's part of the player. They wanna go for the kill. They wanna actually go for that, confirmation there as High Temper Gaming. They need finishes. They need more finishes right now.
Yep. Well, I guess the way team number 5 are playing, well, they have got those one finish point. They're moving, they're trying to move inside the zone. They're trying to get a good place over it. And the stage 3, from now you have to move very alert, in very alert manner, very attentive manner. Talking about Team UP50 in Miramar, height will always give you a lot of advantage, will always give you a lot of upper hand, and let's see how will UP50 utilize these heights, because these heights can take you towards the chicken dinner. And finally Evert, well, he's down. Yaha has a good angle over there. He is trying to get the moment point, and Julio has the control. Cosmos has taken Virado B, and the heights of Miramar is giving a lot of finishers point to UP50 and a lot of difficulties to Team Cobra. And this is, partially good for one team and partially bad for another team. But UP50 tryouts, they are under the smoke. I don't think this will work for a longer period of time. Team Tycho looking very aggressive. Tryouts has been taken down. Grenell, he's moving to get those finish point, confirm the knock player. And he's getting some smokes as well. Even Team Cobra can indulge in the fight. Again, those third party scenario, I think this could also change the game. Third parties and fourth parties is now building on. Multiple regions are in action.
Oh, for sure. Team Malu Weiner now still surviving with 4 players alive this time around. Snowy Gaming YT confirms a finish onto Fox as Roxy gets taken out. Sarkar Gaming, they want to take the heat, take the fight to Malu Weiner. They will get one more Nick in the meanwhile, taking down Bad Boy, confirming it as well. And now Sarkar Gaming, they're trying to take fight to 2 teams at the same time, right? Now this is gonna be a little scary, but thanks to them having this insane position, an insane positional advantage, the high ground advantage, it is looking really good. But if the circle now, goes to a different position, if the circle now looks, I mean, we are looking at the stage 3. Yeah, it is going to be closing in now, but I want to see how the stage 4 circle is. And it is still a great position. Sarkar Gaming, the circles favoring them. The luck is on their side, but they only have 2 more players that have to be very careful. Yeah.
Yep.
He spots out a player. Can he confirm that finish? I feel like he's the sole survivor.
Oh, yeah, he's having a good position there. But as you said, the circle again shifted towards those eastern parts of the region. Again, outholded. Again, those off-guard angles must be created by the team, and even those early rotation and late rotation in Miramar. That is always a pleasure to watch. Those gatekeeping scenarios, what we talk about, as well as those late rotation, those backstabs, what we look for, will always a pleasure to watch. But at the same time, those terrains inside the circles, as we can see, Edge, I think that will play a prior role, because there's no, compounds, there's no buildings in the regions. But now, Team Taiku versus Team V8, a new fight has been developed. But at those another region, it's team number 5 with those one finishers point. They have got a pretty good start, having a confidence in their hand. HG coming up with that grenade. Free Coffee holding that off-guard angle will create a sense of surprise. That Molotov, well, that could scare the opponents. But yes, team number 5, they're trying to transfer the pressure towards their opponents. And yes, this is really very important. That Molotov will change the game. And yes, Echilio, a grenade from his hand, will get a knock and also transfer the pressure towards his opponents. And the zone will now challenge both the teams.
Yeah, the zone is going to be coming to play now. Stage 4. blue zone. It is doing a lot of damage. You have to be really careful. Coffee is in a tough spot right now. Heroes Gaming trying to take him down. High Temper Gaming, they are in a very bad position, and due to which they will be going out of the server. 10th team, sorry, 10th position for them, as we now have 28 players in the server. Team 4 making their way in. Heroes Gaming trying to be the heroes, as they have 4 finishes already to their name. The circle is looking pretty decent once again. They don't have a lot of cover to work with, and oh my god, look at that circle switch. Oh, I hate how it's still favoring Yaya and his teammate Sarkar here. I mean, he will lose his that insane high ground advantage, but he still has it. Imagine the luck you need to have for you to have this
Yeah,
circle still favoring the stage 5 circle. By the way, you go. And in the meanwhile, we lose another team. Is that Snowy? Did Snowy just get taken down?
careful. Well, Yaha was trying to get some knocks over there, trying to confirm his knocks and get those finishes point in his backpack. And yes, there you go. He is very precise, not having a good scope. Will always challenge you to create trying his level best. Siddhakuti, he has taken that problem. He has taken that risk and finally gone for the revival of his teammates. But Yaha, well, the height advantage is always Vicious goal, and UP55 Sarkar moving with that DBS. Well, that was an upper hand into his favor. DBS is always a weapon where you have a plus point. But beneath that, in Steve, Intense Steve, if I'm not wrong, he has taken that pick with those MP45, which also have a great meta, which also have a great, firing rate, and the damage is always very beautiful. But ATG, well, I think Cowboy, he is not ready. He was not ready. He was looking somewhere up. But at the same time, guys, you don't need to look up, down, left, or right. You just need to look at your screen, because BattleXO, yes, you can download BattleXO through this Play Store or Google Store, and sorry, Play Store, and you can play some great tournaments for T3, T2, T1. You can have a great sense of gameplay. You can learn from your mistakes. You can build your own team and many more things. But Edge, as we can see, Satya Jod, well, Team 11, Team Cobra in the last match, they managed to go on top 3. But the way Satya Jod, well, that was a great spray from his M416. A great force of racing. And team number 15, I think, they are also looking in trouble. Team number 11, holding the zone central parts, trying to get an eye over each and every team and getting those finishers point very rightly into their favor.
5 more teams surviving in the server. Yaya finally gets taken down. I kind of feel bad now, because I was talking about how it felt like it was kind of looking like it was biased, the circle. But yes, he did go down, and unfortunately, I would have loved to see that position. Would have loved to see that circle favoring him a little bit more. But now we're down to 4 squads here, ladies and gentlemen. We still have Team Adarsh here. We still have Malu, Viner still surviving. We have Anita Gaming as well, and one more squad. I'm not really sure which exactly it is. But yeah, right now looking like Team 16, Malu, Viner, they are putting up a really good performance here. Top 4 teams, top 4 placement points, and also 6 finishes. This time I felt like they kind of understood what they did wrong in the last match, right? They last time they went in full ham without giving a damn about position points. This time they're doing the best of both worlds here. And Smita Place, they're still here. They were top 2, top 3 last time. They're still here. Sidhu gets taken down by the zone, unfortunately. In the meanwhile, Nitish gets dropped to the floor by the M4. Oh, they're out. Anita Gaming. The blue zone might just be enough to take him down as well. GYT. I don't know about GYT, but looks like it is good night QT.
Well, good night, QT. I think now it's a good evening for them. But top 3 teams, top 11 alive players. Cobra, well, in the last match also, this team was very explosive and very dominating. And in this match, the consistency is being delivered out. 8 finishers point into the backpack. They're almost on the top two, very close to the chicken dinner. And if I talk about both the teams, well, the zone has invited both the teams inside. And let's see. If I look at Team Cobra, they have to go 31 meter inside the zone. And Team Tiger, they have go to 1 meter inside the zone. Well, smoke is the only last option that you can use. But let's see how much smoke, how much utilities does they have. But Team Cobra, they anyhow they need to get those first opening knock and claw. Well, he has tried his level best. Cowboy. Well, he was looking in danger, and at the same time, it's Cranier RTR. He has been taken down. Team Cobra, they are trying to get those knocks and get inside the zone. And Joker, well, as we can see, under the nose. Anyhow, he can make some more knocks. I think that would be more phenomenal. Satya Jordi also came inside the zone. Claw has been taken down. The all responsibility is onto the shoulder of Kaba. He is moving on with his AKM and M416 in his hand. If Team Tiger lose this game, I think this is totally into their favor. The grenades and the throwables are onto the point. The last lone ranger standing for the team is Satya Jordi. Kaba moving with those M416, and it's Tycho Emils RTR with those grenades take down Satya Jord, and a great game will come to an end. And Team Tycho, well, they will get that winner chicken dinner.
Oh my god. Malu Weiner. That was an amazing comeback when compared to the last one. They had 11 finishes with 1 position points. Well, this time they had more than. Did they have more than 11? I feel like they had 12 finishes this time and 15 position points because they got that chicken dinner. We all knew they were hungry, right? We all
Yeah.
knew they were hungry for the chicken dinner or hungry for the game to begin in the last match itself. They were absolutely popping right off the bat, but now they got that chicken dinner as well going on in the second one. So once again, as I said, that consistency was there in terms of finishes, but in terms of position placement as well, they improved immensely. They're one of the first teams to get eliminated last time. This time, they did not flinch. All 4 players surviving till the end performed like, let's just call them perfectionists in this particular game.
Well, of course, they were really very perfect, Edge, and I guess they have to maintain this perfection in the upcoming 2 matches as well. And if we talk about the other teams, especially about Team Taiku, well, they were invincible. They were very great in this particular match. The way they played, I think that was phenomenal. But talking about Team Cobra, well, they are showing consistency. In the last match, they were also on
Yes.
the top three, and in this match, they're also in the top three and as well as top two. But one more thing to see, they are losing the chicken dinner. They are losing chicken dinner back to back in 2 matches. If you're on top two, top three, and you are not getting that chicken dinner, this means some flaws are there, and you need to manage those flaws. You need to rectify those flaws, and you need to get a good comeback with the chicken dinner.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just like Malu Weiner, they kind of understood what was the mistakes with our players as well. In the
Yeah.
meanwhile, last time as well, they were one of the top 3 teams. So they also have that consistency. So I'm not complaining much. But yeah, they want to have that chicken dinner coming up. They want to at least have one map out of the next 2 to get that chicken dinner. But let's see if they're consistent enough to be top 3. Once again, we're taking a short break. We'll be back with the sneaky Sandhawk.
Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you back to BattleXO Regional League South India. And again, my name will be Eagle, and onto the other side of the desk, it's Edge, witnessing you all.
Yeah, I mean, we are just done with two amazing map top, right? I mean, Erangel was a banger as well. Miramar was a lot of fun as well. In the end, two squads facing off against each other. Yes, one of them did have four, the other one
Yeah,
did have three, and the man advantage did coming out to be the favorable outcome in the end. Malu Viner coming up with that chicken dinner. Kind of feel bad for Snowy Gaming, but I mean, sorry, that wasn't Snowy Gaming. That was what was the other
Smita.
team again? Split Up Plays. Yes, that was the team. Both of them looking at really sharp to be honest. But yeah, anyways, Smita plays two consistently great performances from them, to be really honest. So I'm expecting them to
Yeah,
have, top two, top three, positioning on that overall standings. But for now, let's take a quick look at the match standing. As I'm pretty sure it's going to be Madhu Weiner at the top with 12 finishing points and 15 position points and a total of 27.
well, they've got those 27 points, but Smita plays, they are not that behind. They have got those 20 points total and 8 finishes, 12 place point. Team Adarsh, they've got those 13 total points, 10 players point, and just, I'll say, 3 finishes point. Anita Gaming, same. 3 finishes point, but 8 place point, total of 11. Heroes Gaming, 4 finishes point, 6 place point, total of 10, same as Sarkar. They have got 4 place point and 6 finishes point, total of 10 points. And Ripsy, they have got 4 finishers point, 2 place point, total of 6. Bravo Gaming, last match they secured a winner chicken dinner, but in this match they anyhow managed to get that 1 finish point and 2 place point, and which overall stands for 3 overall points.
Yeah, 100cc. Once again, they also. I feel like they are one of those teams who is struggling a lot right now because of the start, right? Eye patch once again going down pretty early, and then the other player as well trying to support him, going for the trade did not work out, and all these teams at the bottom. All right, Bravo Gaming this time, unfortunately, not having a great game. Nikki Gold Gamer, High Number Gaming, Snowy Gaming, and 100cc Maddie. Yes, Gaming Drive is also there with 1 finishing points and 1 total points per hit. 4 finishes, 0 position. So that's a total of 4. Him YD and Striker Gaming YD. Both these teams struggling to put up any numbers on the board, sticking to 0 total points. So going back to the first game, Malu Weiner, Smita Plays, Bravo Gaming, if I'm not wrong, were one of the top teams. I feel like there was another team as well, but we'll talk about that in a second. Last time the MVP was from the side of Malu Weiner. This time again, I feel like it has to be someone from Malu Weiner, and it is once again ML Sam RTR from the side of Malu Weiner. So this team have some insane firepower because last time it was another player, this time it's a different player, but both of them absolutely amazing. Last time it was 4 finishers, this time it's 5. Malu Weiner, they are going to be a team that they're forced to be reckoned with.
Yep. Well, last time they've got those over 11 finishes point with those 1 place point, and this time they have got 12 finishes point, but this time they have almost 15 place point, which ranks them at the over points table at 1. But yes, I'm talking about MVP Taiku Emil Sam RTR. Well, he was totally phenomenal. Moving towards the overall standing of those 2 matches, Wrangel and Miramar. Well, again, Mallu Warner with those 39 total points, 23 finishes point, and 16 place points. Well, we can totally see those 23 finishes point is on the points table. Well, they're dominating just because of that. But Smita plays, they're not that behind. They're giving a neck to neck fight with those 38 total points, 16 finishes point, 22 place points. Bravo Gaming, 14 finishes, 17 place points, 31 on overall points standings. And SPR Harry Whitey, well, they have got 10 finishes point, 12 place point, 22 overall points. Anita Gaming, 6 finishes point, 14 place point. Well, they are playing for place points, and they have got those 20 points in overall. Talking about Team Adarsh, they have got those 6 finishes point into their side. At the same time, others has caused 14 place points to their favor. Heroes Gaming 7 and 6, which means 7 place points and 6 finishes point, total 13. And Sarkar Gaming has got, last but not least, 4 place point and 6 finishes point, total of 10 points into their favor. But without wasting any time, we will be moving towards, in the words of Edge, Sneaky Sanok, and this will be the fly path, starting from those southeastern parts of the region and ending towards those northwestern parts of the region Edge. And as I can see, this is a very dynamic fly path because you can go anywhere, any corner of the map, wherever is your drop location, very easily. And what I know, that in Sanok, flypan doesn't matter a lot. You can travel anywhere from one corner to another corner just by gliding your, parachute. And yes, that what's player are doing. They're going from Flypath to Mongai to Camp Bravo, and this is what Sanok is like.
True. I mean, once again, the reason I call this map Sneaky Sandhog is because of the way the map is built. Right, you see a lot of players going for the heal battle in this particular map. Also, it's
Yeah,
the kind of map that I feel like a lot of players like to crawl around it. Right, there's a lot of grass. There's a lot of areas where you can sneak and be really, let's call it sneaky, just to go with the flow. But right now, look at that circle. Oh my god, there's a lot of water in that first zone, in the first circle. Yes, 14 teams jumping in, 55 players here. We do see a couple of players unable to make it to this particular one, I believe. But anyway, there are a lot of players in this boot camp. 3 teams, if I'm not wrong. One of them is going to be Nikki game, and they have not had a great game in game number 1 and 2. Can this be the turning factor? As frontmen, they do spot a couple of players here, but they have to be really careful. The positioning and the weaponry, both of them favoring Nikki Girl Gamer at the moment.
well, the boot camp. Well, whenever the players, jump in boot camp, they come with the mentality of fights. They come with the war zone. And now the war has been started between almost 4 different teams. So Team HG, as we can see, team number 4, they have lost almost 1 player without any finishes point to the backpack. Micro Uzi, MP45 weapons for the close range are the best weapons for boot camp. There you go, TBS, all-time favorite weapons for the players. Team Tycho getting a good start. They have got those 2 finishes point, but the backbone of the team, Team Cowboy, well, he's been taken down. The pressure is on Team Tycho, but the way they are playing, it's totally impeccable. They have got 3 finishes point at those starting phases. Cowboy was knocked, but anyhow, he got the revival, and now they are targeting Team HG. Only 2 teams left in boot camp, Team HG and Team Tycho, and if this time Team Tycho get this fight, I will say that the qualification for Team Taiko on the top 4 teams would be very, very easy.
I feel kind of bad already. One team getting eliminated from the server. I wanted this to be one of those, a little more. I thought players are going to be a little more passive on this particular map up, but no. Looks like this map is also going to be a really quick, one of those maps where you have the drop fights, and this is, look at that projectile of the grenade. It is good. Oh, it's actually a Molotov. My bad.
Molotov.
But yeah, Master does get taken down, and now it's a 2v4 situation.
Oh.
But Cowboy, in the meanwhile, gets taken out. So Malu Vaina, they lose a player yet again. But once again, they start off strong, as they already have 4 finishes to their name. Might just make it 7. I'd make it 5, I'm sorry. Oh, the MVP is gone. Both the MVPs in the last 2 games have been taken down. But they do get a squad eliminated, but at what cost? 2 of your best players have been taken down. Now, either Malu Weiner are going to be taken out, or we are going to be having a new MVP for sure.
Well, this could be possible because if you get those 6 finishes point, if you, wipe out 2 teams, especially at those, prime location of any map, which is boot camp in Sanok, I think the confidence is just on next level. They are, just generating a temperament in the first match, and they are maintaining that temperament in the second and third match. And I guess if they go with that same temperament in the 4th match also, they would be dominating. But Painan, well, this is looking very silent. But onto the another region, Yaha. Well, it's team UP50 in last match. The elimination was very early for this team, but in this match, they are looking very strong. These throwables, these molotovs, grenades will obviously make an impact, but let's see how will that make an impact because smokes are being deployed and they are trying to change the position. Tryouts is moving on. Boss position is revealed, and I guess he is unknown to his position. One more player has been taken down. It's Nitish. Boss can give a surprise attack because I don't think the player unknown that he is behind the trees. Tryouts moving with that. DBS finally take down the boss, and UP50. Well, they will get those 4 finishers point. I'll not say 4, I'll say the important 4 finishers point into their backpack. Almost on top 11 teams, top 41 alive players, and just 1 minute, almost I'll say 1 minute 10 seconds is left for the zone shrink, and after that you need to move inside the zone. And as we all know, this is a map of Sanok, so if you go inside the zone as early as possible, it will be good. But we must be watching a lot of heal battles, and there you go, the exchange of first aids. This is damage.
Quick eliminations once again on the map of Sandhawk. Bravo Gaming once again playing it smart, playing it safe. They understand that the second game has not been, their best, so they want to get those points once again so that they get that qualification criteria at least. Top 4 is where you have to be to qualify for semi-finals. We are done with 2. We are in the third one. Once again, we only have 1 more left, and that is going to be a wrangle. So all the teams, once again, a wrangle could go either way. Sandhawk, one of those maps, as I said, where the heal battle will be coming into play. So I want to see how and who is going to be the one, especially going for that heal battle. As a circle still has a lot of water, I'm excited to see where that zone deviates to. Can we have a little bit more water? Can it be towards Hatin? Or is it going to go towards Paradise Resort? I feel like, yes, there you go. It is going to be, once again, just a little towards the eastern side when compared to the last circle, but it still has plenty amount of water. It still has around 30% water, and that is what I love to see.
Well, the water regions is always very entertaining for us, for the casters, for the audience, but it's very difficult for the players to survive. It's very difficult for the players to tackle. And as I can see, team number 12, well, they're trying to initiate some more fights. And one player, as I can see, of team number 10, it's MB Rakesh OP, very close to end the enemies. And Snowy Gaming White, I think he was having a clear vision, but then also he didn't took any chances. Snowy Gaming Whitey, a surprise attack from team number 10 is being delivered out, and he was not ready for that. And I guess the revival would be really very difficult. Each and every player of team number 12, I think they are very aparted, they are very split, and that split will cause them a lot of harm.
They have to be careful. 40 players still going on. Gaming Drive. Last time they made one small mistake, and unfortunately, all of them went out, right? Rakesh was the only one surviving, and then he also had to go down. Yeah. So this time they have to be a little more careful. They already lost a player with no finishes whatsoever to their side. And Bravo, well, they're closing in on them. They have to be cautious. They have to be, I feel like, the ones taking the fight to them instead of waiting for someone to actually initiate the fight on towards them. And I feel like the side of Bravo Gaming, right? They wait for that perfect opportunity. Last time it did not work out, but the game before that, it definitely did. And this time around, they're trying to go for the same kind of play. They already know that this team is a little weak because of the man disadvantage, and now you can see that Snowy Gaming is also joining the fight, at least coming into the vicinity. I saw them on the map, pretty close. Bravo Gaming might just concentrate on them for now, and the distraction might just help the side of Gaming Drive to go for these finishers. And just as I said, there you go, Snowy Gaming YT exchanges players, knockdown, and confirming one as well. In the meanwhile, no, it's just a knock still. Without OP is down. Snowy Gaming YT going for the rescue.
It's really very difficult. This is not Wrangle, this is not Miramar, this is, in the terms of Edge, this is Mickey Sanok. And what I call a Sanok, well, I call a smaller version of loss, to be honest, because what it looks like. But Snowy Gaming White looking very aggressive, moving with that emphasis in his hand. Will team number able to tolerate him down? But they are also waiting with a great weapon, which is DBS. The use of throwables, the use of Molotov is being done. And Rakesh OP, he has got some angles. He is utilizing it very nicely, moving very aggressively, trying to get some more knocks. But Proxy, that incredible jump, that incredible feed was very helpful for the team. But there you go. Team number 10 looking in trouble. Team number 12 just surviving because of Frosty jump. And now he has done amazing 1v2. MB Satya, he is trying to get a cover, but Proxy, he's been taken down. Snowy Gaming YT, the Lone Ranger surviving for the team, already got those 3 finishers point, almost on top 10 teams, top 35 alive players. And on average, as we can see, each team will have at least 3 to 4 players edge. And I guess this is, you know, very competitive. If you have man advantage onto your side, I think the game would be very difficult for each of us. But looking at the zone
Mm-hmm.
formation, a central shift towards those paradise resort, toward those open grounds, toward those small compounds, and this could challenge the players a lot, because whenever the zone is towards those compound, you have to be really very careful. But as I can see, the kill feed Fibros, DW Punk, Clauserf, I think is the earlier kill feed which has been delivered out now. But 9 teams, 30 players, guys. But this grenade,
Oh,
oh, surprising, very much surprising for Team Taiku, because I was not expecting the elimination at this time.
and also the side of High Temper Gaming, they have not had a great games, and right now it feels like they are putting up some numbers on the board, decent numbers as well. As Sparahi YT, they also survived top 10 this time around, so they are looking good. They have not lost a single player. Vampy did get a couple of one finish, as a matter of fact. Eye patch. Oh no, he was one of the first players. Actually, if not the first player to get eliminated last time, and no, he got taken down yet again. He was he was a little far away from his teammates, and guess what? He gets taken out. No help whatsoever. Immediately gone. High Temper Gaming. Is this the rise? 5 team finishes and still 4 players surviving. They have a really good sniper tower position as well. They're pretty close to Paradise Resort, which is one of my favorite positions on the map as well, because that is a very enclosed area where you have these insane fights. And also, it's not just an area where you are going to be taking these head-on duels, but you also have these utilities coming into play, right? Like you have the smoke grenade coming in, then you have the grenades and the molotovs, which is going to be making it harder. And if someone utilizes his utility to just the perfection, to perfection, and it is just going to be insane to look at, number one, but also
Yep.
it makes it that much harder for your opponents to actually counter you. So utility usage, combine that with insane aim, you have to be the kings of Paradise Resort. And right now, Satya Jod, they are the only ones even close to Paradise Resort. Let's see how the circle zones out though.
Yep.
Oh,
There you go.
oh
Well,
my
the
god.
zone formation, it's totally a central shift. And I guess apart from those 2 3 teams, as I can see in the zone, well, Team OG, Team RDF, Team UB50, only these 3 4 teams are outside of the zone. Other than that, each and every team is inside the zone. As I can see, 3 to 4 teams are inside the zone, 3 to 4 teams are outside of the zone. So this will be a tough competition. Some teams have a chance to backstab, and some teams have a chance to get. Now the scenario is like, which team will take the opportunity, which team will take the chance to out. But team number 15, they are taking some random shots inside the smokes. They are trying to get some more knocks and make a pressure on team number 13. Team 15, well, already secured those 2 finishers point. And whenever you have those man advantage into your side, you always feel confident, especially at those end zone. You always feel a lot motivated when you don't have a man advantage into their side. But the way Broxy is moving, I don't think so. He is known to position of effort, because UP50 avert, he is waiting. He is waiting for the hunt. He is waiting for the surprise. But this grenade, I think this could make a change. Try out, moving with the vehicle. Well, he is also not known to the position of Broxy, but that was an insane reflex. Broxy has been taken down. Try out. Well, what was that? That spray was totally impeccable. He's moving for the second one to hunt them down. Will he able to do that? This is the question arising.
8 more teams now. This team is also doing really good. Sarkar Gaming finally putting up some numbers. They have struggled, right? But is it too little, too late? I feel like it's a little too late for them. But let's see, maybe 2 chicken dinners, and they might just be back on the in the fight of becoming a top 4 team here. They are going to be taking a vehicle. 3 finishes for tryouts here. Going in a little bit of glitch there, but yeah. I mean, Parrot Resort is going to be where everyone's ending up, because that is the one area that is pretty safe, and at the same time is at the dead center of the circle, right? Oh, it's actually not dead center, but yeah, it might be dead center. Let's see. Oh, there is still a lot of Paradise Resort in the zone. Cobras. Oh, it's them again, isn't it? Isn't that? That's Smitha Place, isn't it? They have a great advantage yet again. Consistency has been key for this team. They have been great in all 3 maps.
Well, different maps, but the results are same. This is what consistency looks like. But Artia Logan, the snakes are in the game because Logan is totally lying down. They give that surprise. Logan, Rap, Cosmos, 3 players are waiting to hunt them down. But team number 15, they're also waiting. They're also not moving, just blindly. They're trying to, scout the players. But there you go, Benny is coming up, he's going down, trying to get the position, and finally the position of Logan is revealed. If we come out of the bushes now, this would be really very difficult for him to survive their team away onto the other side, trying to get some more fights. A third party could build on, because the zone is very small. Each and every team will face off each other, and now they have to be really very careful. Team 15, PB Fox, having a good height, having a pretty good cover, but in 10 guard, I think the heal battle is going on there. DG and Tiny is moving, getting those damage, and there you go. As I said, God OG is doing a heal battle with those 26 firsters. That is very insane. But DG and tuned in, he is still having last firsters remaining. Will he get that knock? Chaitanya is very close, but the zone damage simultaneously is giving a lot of trouble.
Oh, great shot there coming in. Chaitanya will be getting that one. And the nade now raining huge from Cosmos. Take 2. PB Fox in the meanwhile. Ribsy. 1 player down, 2 players down, as one of them has been confirmed by the weapon vehicle, actually, I'm sorry. But then the shotgun coming in, DBS, and the zone is also going to be against him, as he's going to get taken down as a sole survivor, so the entire squad is going to be eliminated. Now down to 6 teams, 13 players still surviving. The only one standing right now is going to be Chaitanya on the side of High Temper Gaming. He's going to be trying his best to get his teammate back up, but the zone is going to be coming into picture. Oh. No, forget the zone. It's Yaya with a beautiful grenade. See ya later. Yep. As that was the grenade to hell. He gets a double finish there, eliminating the squad, getting 1 extra point for the position as well. Moving further, 5 teams, 10 remaining players.
Well, each team will have almost, on an average of 2 players. Yes, each team will be having those 2 players at least, but you have to be very careful, because as I can see inside those, smaller maps, only 2 to 3 teams are inside the zone. But now I can see only 1 team inside the zone, and UP50, they are having those man advantage. Players are split. Some players are giving a good cover. Some players are moving in to get that close range battle, and there you go with those DBS. FPP mode is on, and now they will roar like a beast. Sarkar is not known to his position. That was a really great surprise, but Sarkar, anyhow, his reflex was very great. And on to the end, Snowy Gaming YT tried to confront them on. UP50 looking very aggressive. They are going to grab this chicken dinner, dominating the game. 14 finishers point into their backpack. Team number 18, RD Sandy George, the Lone Ranger standing for Team RDZ. And let's see how will he tackle that 1v4 scenario back, because this is not looking very, very crazy. Let's see how will
Oh
those
my
people
god.
behind, really
Oh,
able
the
to do that
DBSs.
clutch. No, that was not that easy. And finally, the winner chicken dinner will be secured.
Oh my god, the DBS is fighting against each other at the end. That was quite fun to watch, but man, oh man, what a game this was yet again. No one actually going for that heat battle. I mean, at least not a lot of teams. All of them were going for those fights, going for those duels, going for the utilities as well. It was great to witness. Sandhawk has been amazing as well, just like the other two maps. We also have one more left. But yeah, let's talk a little bit more about Sandhawk. Once again, I really love how they, enforce those shotguns to come into play, right? Especially those DBZs and the start as well. The QBZs were coming in, and yeah, the boot camp was one of those areas where the fights were, started. The first fight did get started, but then it was all over the place. Paradise Resort is where we ended up.
Paradise Resort, from boot camp to Paradise Resort, it was a long way, but we completed very fast just because of the players. They entertained us. But I'll request my audience as well, Edge, that if they're enjoying the stream, please, guys, there's a red button. That's a subscribe button. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do hit that subscribe button. Like the channel as well, because there will be more upcoming days as well as more upcoming events, more upcoming tournaments where you'll be enjoying a lot.
For sure. For sure. Once again, as I said, a huge shout out to BattleXO for making this all happen. Yes,
Yeah.
right now we're in the influencer stage. Later on, we will be getting that, Underdog stage, the T2, T3, and then the T1 invited, and the grand finals is going to be a banger.
Yeah.
And it's just not something it happens once in a while. It happens on a regular basis. So,
Yeah.
yeah, if you're someone looking to make your way into professional esports, well, BattleXO is going to be one of the
This is the
key
stage.
names for you to make it. This is going to be the stage, as Eagle said. But yeah, this is also the stage where, I feel like the other teams who have not been performing well in this Group A, I feel like it's over. I mean, 3 maps in. If you're
Yeah.
still struggling, if you're still below, let's say 9, if you're anywhere between 9 to 16, I feel like it's all over, and
No
you
chance.
pretty much just are gonna enjoy the last one. Might as well just do it, right? It's a wrangle.
Well, of course, they must be enjoying, but now this is a threat for the teams at the top, because the teams at the lower bottom will always, challenge the teams at the top, as this is the last match. But at the same time, guys, you just get your snacks, because the last match would be really, really very entertaining. We'll also take a water break, and we'll meet you after a short break. Till then, stay tuned. Okay, so well, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you back again to the last match of the day presented by BattleXO Regional League South Asia. And here's your caster for the day. My name is Eagle, and on to the other side of the desk, it's Edge. So, Edge, I welcome you again.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've been here for a while now. Three maps done. One more left for the day. Wrangle it is gonna be.
Yep.
We started off with a Wrangle. I mean, it's only fair that we end with the classic map once again. It is gonna be, the last one of the day and the last chance for the teams who are in the fifth, sixth,
Yep.
and seventh position, maybe even eight sometimes, to make it to the top four and qualify for the semi-finals. Because right now there's only one more left, and I feel like the teams that are below 10th position, right? I feel like everything's done for them, and yeah, they might as well just have fun. But I want to see who the top four teams are. I'm pretty sure Malu Biner and Smita Place are going to be one of the top teams. So, I mean, first, before we look at the overall standings, let's take a quick look at the current match standings. The match standings from the map of Sandhawk. Sarkar Gaming, yes, as I said, they did not have a great 1 and 2 games, but this one, they drop a 30. It's a 30 bomber, 15 finishes and 15 placement points. Snowy Gaming also did a good job here. 10 placement, 3 finishes, total of 13. Bravo Gaming almost wanted to steal that, chicken dinner. Unfortunately, weren't able to do so, but they also do not have any finishes whatsoever this time around. 12 total points. I think they just wanted to make sure they get as many points as they can. High Temper Gaming did a great job this time around. 11 total, consisting of 4 placement and 7 finishes. 100cc Maddie with 6 plus 4, 10 total. Smita Plays once again. They did survive till the end, and top 5, but that's about it. They did manage to get themselves one finish, a total of 9. Malu Weiner, well, they already are the number 1 in the overall, but after this, I'm not quite sure if they still have that number 1 position, or I think they will have this. I think they'll be 1 point behind Smita Place at this point because they were 1 point ahead. So let's see what happens. Ribsy only have 6 points as well with 2 placement and 4 finishes.
Well, talking about Sparrow will total of 4 place point. I'm sorry, 3 place point, 1 finish point, total 4 points. A Gaming Drive, total 3 points, 2 finish point, 1 place point. Heroes Gaming, 2 finish point, 0 place point, a total of 2 points. Anita Gaming, total 1 point, which is only a place point. Team Adarsh, 1 place point, 0 finishes point, overall 1 point. Nikki Girl Gamer, 0 place point, 1 finish point, which ranks her to 14th at 1 overall points. Him Whitey, overall 0 place, 0 finish, and 0 total points. Striker Gaming Whitey, 0 place point, 0 finish point, and 0 total points are here. But moving towards the most valuable player of match 2. Match 3. Well, this will be UP50 Sarkar 11 with those 8 finishes point. This is remarkable. I'll say 8 finishes point in a single match for a solo player. I think hats off.
8 finishes. Oh my god! Now that is insane. That is just pure dominance, pure, skill being showcased here on the map of Sandhawk. But now, once again, I want to see where the teams stand. Who is number 1? Who's number 2? Who's number 3? Who's number 4? But most importantly, I want to look at 5, 6, and 7 because I feel like it's the race now, right? I mean, I want to see what the difference is between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's see who has a better chance of making a comeback in this one. So we will be looking at the overall standings. And as I said, Smita Plays steal that number 1 spot without having any chicken dinners whatsoever. The consistency was there. 30 placement points, 17 finishes. A total of 47, 1 point behind them. Malu Weiner, 46 total points, 1 chicken dinner, 17 place points, and 29 finishes. Bravo Gaming also making their way to the top. 29 placement points, 14 finishes point with 1 chicken dinner at the start of the day, 43 total. Sarkar Gaming, now thanks to this particular matchup, they made it to the top 4 with that 30 bomber. They were sitting on 10 points. So, Sparahi YT 26, Anita Gaming 21, also Team Arda sitting on 21. Snowy with 18, High Temper Gaming also sitting there with 17. Heroes Gaming 15, 14 on 100cc Maddie, Ribsy 14, Nikki Girl Gamer 10. Now, apart from Nikki Girl Gamer, Ribsy, and 100cc Maddie, I feel like every other team, if they can also drop a 30 bomber, I feel like they have a chance to steal that Bravo Gaming or Sarkar Gaming spot. But I feel like Smita Place and Vallu Weiner, they're not losing their top four.
And of course, they'll not lose their top four, but the way I think the teams are playing, so Smita plays especially 47, Mallu winner 46. In the last overall standing, as I guess, they were almost on 39 and 38. So the competition is very close. They're giving a neck-to-neck fight. Even if I talk about Bravo Gaming and Sarkar Gaming, 43 and 40, which is also a very tough competition. And same for Sparry YT and Anita Gaming 26, 21, and Team Adarsh. I'll also include them 21. So we can divide top 8 teams into three sector. First, Smita plays in Mallu 47 and 46, then Bravo Gaming and Sarkar Gaming 43 and 40, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 26, 21, 21, and 18. So yes, if you get a good match, if I talk about Team Adarsh, they get a good match from here. If they get a good match with those 15 or 20 points, they can easily go from 7 to 3. Or if Spared YT, Hari YT gets those 20 points, they can easily go from 5 to 1. But the top teams, Mallu winner and Smita plays, anyhow, they have to lose this game, or they have to perform less or perform low as per their requirement.
Team YT and Striker Gaming YT, kind of feel bad for them. I feel like it's just now one of those days. It's just one of those days that nothing goes your way, right? Like they're trying. They tried different tactics in 3 different maps. Unfortunately, none of them have seemed to work for them. So it's fair to say that we will be bidding goodbye to them. But once again, as I said, my eyes are on Sparahe YT and Nitha Gaming. Team there's Snowy Gaming and also High Temper Gaming. I feel like Heroes Gaming also might have a chance if they drop a 30 bomber. Along with, I mean, here's the thing: the conditions are like this. These teams need to have a really good game, but at the same time, Bravo Gaming and Sarkar Gaming, they need to have one of those bad games.
Well, of course, they have to be really very careful with the last match, because the last match is again a by default map. From where we started, we'll be ending there again, and this will be the map of Erangel. So, yes, guys, tighten your seatbelts, because anytime soon we'll be witnessing the fly path. And the last match would be really very entertaining, because, as you said, the teams at the lower phases would try to ruin the match of the teams at the top phase, top of the chart. But the team at the top of the chart would be really very careful with their place point and with their position point. But this would be very difficult for the teams who are playing, who are surviving at those mid phase, from those point at the point table from 7 to 12, or from 7 to 13. If they get a good match from here, I think they could surely go to those top four. At least one team have a chance to go at those top four.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like 1 and 2 have already secured, but 3 and 4 is gonna be the ones that are gonna be in danger. But you never really know. What if all the other teams? I mean, I don't think so. Actually, I mean, looking at the point table, it's still 20, 23, 26. It's pretty far away, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard for 2 teams to get that 30 plus the 25 plus. As a matter of fact, it's pretty hard. So expecting at least one of these teams to pop off right now. But as I said, Smita and Malu Weiner. Both of these teams, I'm pretty sure, like 99% sure that they're going to be in the top four. But now moving to Varangle, all these teams have already faced off against each other on that particular map and 2 different maps as well. So I feel like these teams are now a bit more comfortable around each other. They kind of understand what the opponents are doing. They kind of understand what to expect and how to counter it. So it all comes down to this: bring out your A game. Whoever's sitting on top, once again, do not take it lightly. You want to make sure you secure that spot, 3 and 4 especially. So they need to
Yeah.
bring out their air game. Once again, the teams at the bottom, I'm so sorry, but I feel like that's going to be the end of the road for you. But you can still destroy, you can still, demolish the hopes of the other teams, right? If
Yeah.
you eliminate them. So that is one way of looking at it. Or the other way, you just come in, you have fun, you experience, you learn from your mistakes, and come back stronger the next time. So either way, whatever road you take, this game is going to be the most interesting matchup, because once again, as I said, the stakes are high. Top 4 teams will be moving on to that grand. Sorry, actually, semifinals. I'm sorry. They will be moving
Yeah.
on to the semifinals.
Of course, top four teams would be moving to the semi-finals, and let's see. I guess after this end, we'll be getting our top four teams, and we'll be watching that who are all the top four teams. But at the same time, guys, if I talk about BattleXO, well, in between of the matches, you obviously get some QR codes. You obviously get those scanners. You can scan those scanners from your Google Store or from your Play Store, and you can download the app. You could play, you could learn, you could earn, and you could implement your things, and you can learn from your mistakes, as Edge said. But Edge, again, the platform which EXO is providing, especially for for the underdogs. I'll not say the underdogs. Now they are going to become an undergods. But yes, the platform which Team EXO Esports is providing, I think that is very phenomenal. No, I can't see any other esports organization in the environment who are providing such a stage, especially for the underdogs, especially for the creators, and you're getting a good competition over it. So yes, you can learn, you can obviously have a good tough fight. So you could download the app just by scanning the QR code.
Yeah, I mean, once again, as I've said, it is just gonna be it's an amazing platform, and for anyone looking to make their way into professional esports, well, this is gonna be
Yeah.
one of those ways, one of, I wouldn't say easiest ways, but one of the easiest ways to get your hands on. Right? I mean, you still have to prove yourself, but yeah, these teams, well, it's time for them to prove themselves as well as we jump on to the final map of the day, the final game, the final stride, the final chance for these teams, especially the teams in 5,
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, maybe 9 as well, if things go right for them, to get their top four positions and get a spot in the semi-final. Erangel, well, without any more delay, let's just jump straight into the flight path one last time for the day, and it's pretty similar to what we witnessed in game number one. It's just below, I mean, it's towards that Milta power, towards straight towards Georgia Paul, where I feel like a couple of teams might be waiting for that one, but I want to see teams go towards military base. Last time the zone was towards Talbot. Can we get something towards Primos this time?
Well, of course, this is really very important. The fly path in Erangel and Miramar becomes really very important for the teams, for the players. But this is the same fly path what I witnessed in the first match. And starting from those, I guess this is way very same. Starting from those western parts, from Livpoka regions, tending towards those, Georgiapol northern cities, towards those Zaki regions. Again, moving towards those southern parts, towards military base, Primorsk, Novoripnoi, will be very difficult for the teams. But yes, if they want to go, they can obviously try. But I would love to see the drop clashes. I would love to see the clashes at those early phases, because as we discussed on the deck, the teams at those lower phases will try to destroy, will try to ruin the game of the teams at those upper phase. So yes, this would be really very amazing, that how one team will defend and how other team will try to dominate.
Oh boy, the zone though, as you said. It is gonna be interesting. Once again, Primos is out of the picture, Star Wars out of the picture, the base is once again out, but it's still the first one, so there is still a lot of time for these teams to work on it. Once again, for the final time, guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is a Group A match number 4, and once again, I'll just read out the team names according to the slot numbers for you, so it's a little easy and you can understand. I mean, if you're supporting a particular team, it'll be easier for you as well. Slot number 3, it is going to be Nikki Girl Gamer. Moving on forward, Heroes Gaming, High Temper Gaming, Anita Gaming, Striker Gaming YT, Him YT, Tima Dirge Gaming Drive, Smith Up Place, Snowy Gaming, Sparahi YT, 100cc Maddie, Ribsy, Malu Weiner, Sarkar Gaming, and Bravo Gaming on position in slot number 18. I'm sorry. In position number 4 right now, barely qualifying to the semifinals. But let's see if they have a decent game this time around. They will be confirming their slot, and we will be witnessing them in a couple of days of time. Actually, next week to be really honest, in the semifinals. But yeah, this also gives enough time for the teams to work on their strategies and also witness the other teams play. I mean, once again, it's still gonna be just a creative phase, right? They're gonna be facing off against each other. So yeah, you will try to understand, try to implement something moving on forward. I mean, we see a lot of teams right now going for the drop fights, and at the same time, we see some teams do not, that absolutely do nothing at the start. Like they starting 10 minutes. There's nothing that they do, especially the side of Bravo Gaming. They like to play slow, and they like to accumulate points, which is, I feel like, a good strat, especially in the group stages.
Well, of course, as you said, in the group stage, it is always about cumulative points. What you get, how you gather the points, how you get the points. But Kirill Hawk GT, I guess he's offline. He's AFK right now into the rivers of Wrangell. But Team UP50 last match, if I'm not wrong, was Sarkar 11 got 8 finishes point and he was the MVP of match 3. But in this match, how will be the start? How will be the ending? This is the question rising. Team Cobra, again a great team, a very aggressive team. But on to the other end, as I can see, Team TX and Team HG are initiating a fight between each other. And let's see how that fight will engage. Because as we all know, this is the last match of the day. But the players, I think they are playing very aggressively, very entertainingly, because they are entertaining our audience. And I'll request my audience, if they're enjoying the fights, please guys, do hit that like button, subscribe the channel and share the stream, because here Master, he has picked out his grenade. A 1v2 scenario is
Oh,
built out, but Snowy Gaming YT, she gave a surprise to HG, especially to Master. And Leo, he is coming from behind to give us support. Will he able to save his team? This is the question with those M416 and M45. A marvelous game is building on. Team HG looking to pleasure. Team number 12, Snowy Gaming Mighty. I think the vehicle explosion was really very quick. Leo has transferred the pressure to team number 12, and Broxy, the backbone of the team. Snowy Gaming Whitey is still surviving, and now the fight is for the close range battle. And as I can see, Master is having a shotgun, which will play a vital role if he gets that revival. If he gets that revival, I guess he'll surely close in. But the vehicle, Leo is moving on with that vehicle, trying to make a new angle and depreciate the fight. Moving with that EMP45, and Roxy, he has spotted EMP45 with that mid-range is really very quick, and finally that quick knock is taken down. Babby boy, the Lone Ranger surviving. Finally he'll be taken down, and a new fight at those multiple region is also built on.
13 now. There were a couple of places. Ooh, that looks nice. By the car? But yeah, going back to the game, we are still in the first zone here. Pablo confirms his finish on to Joker, getting that point, getting another one with the Bison as well. Santa have to W in the meanwhile in the kill feed. Gets taken down. Not really sure where the fight is happening, but for IYT, they need this game. They need to make sure that they survive. They put up a really good fight and get as many position points along with the along with the finishers to make sure that they get a slot in the top 4 teams. But for you to get a top slot in the 5,000 teams in the underdog stage, make sure to scan that QR code on the right hand side of the screen. Download BattleXO app. You have it on Google Play Store and also the App Store if you're one of those Apple users. Get it, register for the underdog stage, and you also might get a chance to make it further if you're good enough once again. And in the grand finals, well, you will be facing against one of the best teams, one of the top creator teams as well. So you never really know. I mean, upsets, right? I mean, upsets can be coming in from anywhere. This might just be your chance to rise. I mean, you're gonna miss every shot you don't take. So why don't you just take it? If I mean, once again, if you lose, you learn. If you win, well, come on, you are gonna be on the top of the world. So I would recommend everyone who's looking to, showcase their skills to get your phone out, scan the QR, immediately get registered for the tournament. The research, I'm pretty sure, are going to be closing soon as well. If slots fill out, well, tough luck for you, as it's going to be a tough luck for Sidhu Kuti as he gets taken out. 12 teams now remaining with 44 players still surviving.
Well, I'll say, I think if I was not prepared, the surprise from Team ATG, I'm sorry, the surprise from Team ATG opponents was really very quick. Boss, the Lone Rangers surviving for the team. The last hope for Team ATG, boss. Let's see for how much more longer time will he able to survive. But at the same time, a new zone formation is being witnessed out. And what's your guess? Oh, there's no time to make a guess, but the new zone formation, it's a very new central shift, and as I can see, there's some clashes over Savoni. There could be some rotation clashes as well. And if we talk about the Rozok school region, teams are coming very close to those region as well. So yes, the zone is very typical, but it's not difficult, I'll say, as compared to the last 3 matches what we have seen. So yes, you have to be really very quick and really very attentive. That how would you get those rotations? But talking about team number 14, there are three men standing. They have got those two finishes point. Will ATG boss take that revenge, or he will play a hide and seek game to get inside the zone and get those position point?
Getting that position point is something that teams at the top should be aiming for, right? I mean, you already are doing good. You already are having enough points to make it further. So I feel like you should be a little more focused on just getting enough points to confirm that slot at the moment. So let's see how this one goes. But right now I can hear a couple of gunshots. Not really sure where it's coming from, but team Sparahi by T, they want to take this fight towards Malu Weiner. Have to be careful. It's one of the top teams.
Well, Taiko again. The first two matches was good for the team. Even the third match, they have got a good, control over the drop clash and good finishes point at those early phases. But again, the fourth match is looking very difficult for them. Two players are already knocked. Jin 7 RTR. He's holding a grenade in his hand. Will that grenade make a connection? I don't think so. This is that easy. But at those on the side, X Chaitanya having those CPS team floating in front of him. Will be able to make that connection. But that Molotov will make the difficulties more difficult. And Logan is again closing on Chaitanya with that grenade, trying to finish his opponents. And yes, is very successful into that. Punk is being taken down. The Lone Ranger standing for the team. It's Chaitanya again getting those grenades. Logan is barely surviving those 50 HP and he's coming back for the survival. The game is now for those throwables. Throwables are very well used, and there you go. Finally, Cosmos, that golden hand grenade will make an epic remark and they will win that fight. But on to the other end, again, Team Taiku versus Team OG. This is a very important fight for Team Taiku, and the early elimination of team will cause them a lot of harm. But Taiku, the Lone Ranger, surviving, if I'm not wrong. It's Emil Star. I'm sorry, Emil Sam. He is playing very nicely. But what was that? Ooh, in 10 God eliminated from the play zone. Here comes the drama, here comes the twist in the game, and anyhow, Team Taiko will survive in this game with those 5 finishes point edge.
Malu Weiner once again, they're securing the top spot. I think Smita plays were the one that's sitting at top, and now Malu Weiner, he's like, you know what? I want my number one spot once again. So getting enough number of issues and also making sure that the position points is also going to be a key factor for this one. 31 players still surviving. 10 teams are still in the fight here. Sparahi Baiti, unfortunately, that's going to be the end for them, which I feel like is not enough to make it to top 4. So they're going to be going down and out of this particular phase at the moment. I mean, we'll still wait for the official confirmation. I'm just talking out of my memory. And yeah, usually I do have good memory, but I wouldn't trust it completely. So if you're supporting Sparahi Baiti, stick around. You never really know. Anything can happen. But in the meanwhile, Yaya is still putting up some numbers on the board as he is going ham, taking down one Leo, knocks another one, Sarkar 11, who was having a good time in the previous matchup as well, and now the stage 2 circle closing in. The bridge camp, I love to see these bridge camps because once again, it's one of those places where you could be, playing it smart, or you could be, playing it dumb as well, because you might get taken down if you're in a very bad squad. That's the wrong weapon! Wrong weapon tryout! He got baited! Sadis takes his touch speed time and confirms that finish. Oh, Leo, that's a perfect bait out. They did not expect that second one whatsoever, and the AKM is pretty strong up close and personal. Grenade coming in, does not damage anything as he's not inside, he's outside on the other side. Yaya confirms one stop, and he just has to deal 1 damage, and I feel like he did not try out. Has to be careful if he moves out. Circle 11 in the meanwhile does manage to get that knock on the seat, and now Leo, he's the only one standing close in the vicinity. Where are his teammates? He does not have any. Heroes Gaming, Leo has to be the hero as Sirius gets taken down, the sole survivor. Can he do anything as he bird gets finish as well. Leo, 2 finishes. Can he do this? 1 versus 3 smoke coming in. I feel like there's another team coming, trying to go for the third party here. Leo using his smokes, making sure he has everything that he needs at the moment. He wants to survive for as long as he can, get at least one more team eliminated before he goes down. As a Molotov now coming in, grenade cooking. Will he do it? Nope, he's not. As Malu Weiner, they want to join this fight.
Well, this is the scenario building on Leo down the ground, above the ground. I'm sorry, Leo above the ground at those first floor. Yeah, at those ground floor, and the team Taiku trying to get those third party. Oh! What was that grenade? Well, he threw that grenade unknowingly, and that grenade made a connection. Yeah, unluckily got eliminated, and I'll say got knocked. And I don't think revival will be possible here at any cost. But yet, Kayla for Noisy is trying to get those third party, and Leo, well, that was, a lifetime grenade which he will also remember. But yes, even Team Taiku is also there. The solo player of Team Taiku is also there. Third party scenarios is building on 10 teams, 26 players. Even our audience is also there. Guys, if you haven't hit that like button, please go to hit that like button. Subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do follow Esports Exo. Do download the app to play some beautiful, some amazing events, some amazing scrims, tournaments, and etc. for your professional growth in esports and for your teammate growth also. But team in turn, as I can look towards this team, they haven't secured any finish point in this match. With those 0 finishes point, moving very steadily, very slowly, trying to gain the position, trying their level best so that they could get the maximum out of this match.
Oh, the ML Sam gets taken out. I feel like that is the final player of Malu Weiner. Right? Yeah, there you go. Team only 9 more surviving. Wait a second. What were you doing there, Sarkar Gaming? Evert gets taken down, knocked in a very weird spot, and now Pripsy. Can they get this finish? Can they get a few more? They haven't had a great, great day today. He was trying to go towards his teammate, Sarkar 11, who's outside the zone right now, which is going to be, I feel like, an issue for him to go back into the circle, as well as Ruins is going to be the center of the circle. It's going to be really far away. A couple of players towards Razak, a couple of players towards that bridge, and this positioning coming in from Kel Noisy 99. This is looking really good, but he decides to take that buggy and run away as he's being shot from the other side of the bridge. Has to be really careful. Ribsy, 3 players surviving and 3 finishes. All 3, well, all of them, thanks to Noisy 99.
Well, of course, 9 teams, 25 players. They're coming very close to each other. Even the zone is coming very close to the players, to the teams. Let's see how will they move on. What will be their strategies? The 4 teams. 53 seconds are left here. After that, a new zone shrink will be possibly coming out. 9 teams, 25 players, 198 meters. Is need to travel by team. You're talking about team UB50, 2-man standing. They have got those 4 finishes point coming outside from the water. Now they have to move in. They have to get some more fights. They'll get some more crates. Try to get the loot more advanced. Having a level 3 helmet, level 2 vest, which is a pretty good, I'll say, a defense system into your side. But again, a surprise attack. HG Leo is still there, and that is very risky. If you move without a proper information, it would be very difficult because surprises are there. But 9 teams, 25 players, talking about team Claude, team number 9, well, they are having a good hold, having a split of 2v2, and within a difference of a distance of, as I can see, 200 meters. Yes, that will give them a good command over the zone. That will give them a good hold over the zone. But S frontman, well, SGS frontman, he is looking very aggressive. Intent captain coming from back, giving a backstab, and a lot of challenges out of it. 9 teams, 24 players, some amazing shots has been witnessed out. Kirill Noisy 99, well, he is making those noise of his Info 16 and trying to get the maximum out of this game. Well, this is really very difficult for them, but this attack, well, team number 3 getting those surprises. Noisy has got those opening knock in this fight. It's a difficult chance for team number 3 because the split is creating a lot of trouble for them.
Oh, the split has worked out for them. But now, Nikki Girl Gamer, they still have 3 players surviving, which is really interesting to watch. Really interesting to see. Captain has to be careful. He's really far away from his teammate as well. Oh, Itachi with a beautiful grenade knocks him out. Can they confirm the finish as well as a question as the teammates are making their way closer to the player as frontman? He's gonna be very low and needs to get healed up. He's the only one with a finish right now. Intent Reaper. Can he get the revival? I think he's gonna let it go this time. I don't think there's gonna be a possibility for Captain to get back to his feet, as they only have, you know, one more player apart from Reaper, Sandy George. Close in the vicinity. They're trying something. They have to make their way into the zone as well. 30 seconds here on the clock, Eagle.
And of course, the 30 seconds. Again, top 7 teams on the last match. I think they were also in the top 3, top 5, and again they are trying to gain the same position points from this game as well. But yes, 7 teams, 17 players. The zone shrink will be on the way in just 5 seconds. This is the stage 5. The chaos is very real. Team Cloud will. Oh! ZF with the AKM4X. That is very unbelievable. The way he is getting those trades. This is very, very unrealistic. AKM with that 4X getting those recoil control. Thanks for his nominal is taking those trades on the running buggy, running Dacia as well. And he is truly fantastic. Zeref having a good control onto his senses and spraying very nicely. 4 finishes point has been secured, and finally that 4 finishes point will be converted into 6 finishes point. They are on the top 5 teams, top 11 players, and Zeref has been remarkable to his praise and to his senses.
Making it work. 5 teams, 10 more players. It's the first time I think we've seen a lot of players surviving, but not a lot of teams here. A couple of players here and there getting out. Boss is still surviving from the side of Underdog Gaming. He wants to get as many finish points as he can. Just holding to his position. He has to be careful. Leo somehow managed to get in his team an extra 6 points because of him just surviving and doing nothing. Sometimes playing smart is all it takes. Heroes Gaming, I'm sorry. They're going to be happy about him. 4 finishes though in the meanwhile as well. This is smart. But now the prey zone will be restricted as... I feel like Boss does know that there is someone in. Oh boy. The fight. It's coming in. He's cooking up a grenade. Leo, he understands that. Puts it back in. UMP versus... Oh. Careful, and the shotgun works. 1 shot is all it took. And boom, he's eliminated out of the server.
Well, that was pretty crucial. HG Leo having those 3 grenades will make a lot of difference. And yes, Zeref again moving with those AKM 50 bullets in his magazine. 1-on-1 scenario, but DBS! Oh my goodness! What was that? 1 shot connection of DBS will change the game. Leo, well, with that Molotov, this player is playing like a team. This player is playing something onto a next level. Again, a Molotov will harm him. But again, this first hit, no. Finally, the match will come to an end. And if I guess which team got that chicken dinner?
Oh my god, I'm speechless there. To be honest, I am actually speechless. How did Leo even manage to survive till there? How was he on the verge of getting eliminated? And then somehow on the verge of getting the chicken dinner for the team? Like, how is that even possible? Boy, oh boy. Thinking on the move, you guys have to learn from him.
Yep.
He has put up a great performance in the end. Yes, did not get the chicken dinner, but at least 10 points, right? He got his
Yep.
team at least an extra 10 points. It is just great to see. And yeah, I just can't comprehend what just happened. It is just amazing to witness what Leo did.
Well, of course, the way Leo played, the way he managed to came to the end zone. I'll not say the way he managed to came to the end zone, the way he managed to came to the top two teams. Especially being the lone ranger for the team. I think that was truly phenomenal. He was playing like a team, going downstairs, coming upstairs. Throwing the grenades and molotovs, then hitting with those DBS and doing everything on the point. Hitting the right targets at the right time without any errors. But I think this was really very difficult. And finally, Team Adarsh got a beautiful winner chicken in this match. But yes, I think will that make a good change in overall point standing edge?
I feel like, I mean, once again, yeah, Team Others, congratulations on getting the winner chicken dinner. We were kind of distracted from them because of how Leo played, but yeah, Team Others was the
Yeah,
one getting that chicken dinner in the end, getting that 15. But I'm not really sure now. I do not actually recall where Team Others stood in the overall standing. But yeah, I mean, we will be having
yeah,
it pretty soon on our screens. So it is going to be pretty interesting to see. But one thing's for sure, once again, after this particular matchup, right, Malu Weiner, they are going to be the ones sitting on top. We will see how things are going to be. But let's see.
yeah. Yeah, of course, we'll be witnessing the match standing of this match as well. But I'll try to summarize the whole day. If I talk about the first match of Wrangle, well, if I talk about Team Bravo, well, they got the winner chicken in the first match very nicely. If I talk about Team Claw as well, they also played very nicely. And if I talk about Team Toxic, if I'm not wrong, the team Velu. They also got few good finishers point into the backpack. So yes, they played very nicely in the first match. The second match of Miramar was really very difficult for the teams to be tackled down. I think if they go with that same consistency in the upcoming days, if they qualify, the top four teams, if they qualify, if they go with the same consistency, I think that will be impeccable. But there will be the change of groups, there will be the change of teams. So yes, you should also change your strategies. Your drop location should be very precise, and you should be prepared for new targets and new competition as well.
Yep, it has been great performances coming in. A couple of teams being consistent throughout the entire
Yep.
day. Smita Place was one of them. It really caught my eye. Malu Weiner was another one. Bravo
Mallu Vanner,
Gaming
yep.
tried something. Yeah, they tried something new, but unfortunately, it just didn't happen. I mean, Bravo Gaming, they were first game they tried to be aggressive and also at the same time sneaky. The second game they were completely sneaky, did not work out. Last game, yet again,
Yep.
tried something new, it worked out decent. I'm still fingers crossed. Let's see who's gonna be a third and fourth because I'm pretty sure Smita plays and Malu Weiner. They're still gonna be having that number one and two spot.
Yeah, of course. If we talk about, Mallu Vanner didn't secured good players point in the third match, but they anyhow managed to get those, I guess, 7 to 8 points, 7 to 8 finishers point in the third match. And even in this match, the team Mallu Vanner got almost those 8 finishers point into the backpack, if I'm not wrong, 6 to 8 finishers point. But yes, moving towards the match standings of match 4, the match of Erangel. Well, this is what it looks like. Team Adarsh got those 10 finishers point, 12 place points, total 25 points into their favor. Heroes Gaming got 20, 12 plays, 8 finishers, 100 C Maddie, 4 finishers, 10 placed, overall 14 points. Anita Gaming, 8 place points and no finishers point, total 8 points. Nikki Girl Gamer, well, 6 place point, 2 finishers point, total 8 points. Per Hari Whitey, 1 players point, 5 finishers point, total 6 points. Malu Weiner, well, yes, we can see they got 6 overall points, in which there are 5 finishers point and 1 place point. Gaming Drive, 4 place point, 1 finished point, and overall 5 total points are given here.
Uh, yeah, Ribsy, Sarkar also sitting with 5. Bravo Gaming unfortunately only got 3. High Temper Gaming also
Yep.
with 3. Smita Plays, this game was the only game where they were not consistent. I feel like they tried to be a little more aggressive and it failed. But yeah, Snowy Gaming 0, Him Whitey 0, Striker Gaming Whitey 0. But I still feel like Smita Plays, they're already in the top 4, and that is one of the reasons why they tried something new. Doesn't really matter. Moving on further, it's going to be MVP time. who is going to be the MVP for this particular map up? It is going to be Leo. I
As
would have been
expected.
really sad if it wasn't him, to be really honest. He didn't get the chicken
Yep.
dinner, but he did manage to get 2, 3 finishes extra and an extra 10 position points for his team. And that's a total
Yep.
of around 12 points for the team. Well, that's just great game coming in from him. But now the moment of truth. Overall standings, where out of 16, only top 4 will be making it. And the
There you
top
go.
4 teams are as follows: Malu Weiner, Smita Place, Bravo Gaming, and Team Adarsh. Just because of this one chicken dinner,
Ooh.
they make it, barely make it. As Sarkar Gaming, they get pushed down. 1 point difference. 1 point difference. That's it. I
Surprising.
feel like if they would have gotten one more finish, they would have been on in
Yep.
the fourth position. Because if I'm not wrong, finishes does have the priority over placement points later on. But yeah, congratulations,
Yeah.
Malu Weiner, Smita Plays, Bravo Gaming, and Team Others. All 4 of these teams will be moving on further to the semi-final stage.
Well, yeah, they would be moving towards the semi-final stage, and congratulations to all of the 4 teams. Mallu Viners, Smitha Plays, Bravo Gaming, Team Others. I think they played really phenomenally, especially Team Others. I told you in the last match, Edge, that there would be any one team who would be coming to the top 4 if they get one second and few finishes point, and that's Team Others. I think in the third match, they were having almost 7th or 8th position, and finally one good game, and they're on the top 4.
One good game is all it took, and yeah, it was just an amazing game for them as well. 1 point difference between them and Sarkar Gaming. Gotta feel bad for the fans, for the players, because they will be facing them off again, and we will be having 4 more from each group, so that's 16 total, right? Out of these 16, 4 more will
Yep.
be qualifying further to the grand final. So all these 4, they will be trying their best to be in that top 4 yet again in the semi-final stage.
Of course, all will be trying their best to in the semi-final stage. But at the same time, guys, if you haven't scanned the QR code, please do scan the QR code and download the BattleXO app for more upcoming events, for more upcoming tournaments, and for more new excitement, entertainment. But with this, we'll wrap the day and we'll sign off. Me and Edge will be joining you again tomorrow with some amazing new teams with the Group B at the same time sharp 3:45. And guys, please do hit that like button, subscribe the channel, and please do hit that bell icon as well, because when we are live tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and day after tomorrow, so yes, you get to know, you get that notification. Till then, guys, stay safe, take care, keep supporting us. We'll be bringing some amazing games for you guys. Till then, stay off, signing off.